Hey there, everybody. Hello. It's going to be a special day today. There's so much to talk about. There's so much to go through. Obviously, I think at this point, everybody knows about Mark Scheifele's father and his passing. And a really good thing happened in the hockey community today because people put their rivalries aside, and Stars fans, from what we understand, en masse, have been donating to the Jets Foundation, and they've been donating $55 a piece in his memory, which I think is very touching and wonderful. And, we get so many bad stories about hockey culture and about the game and selfish owners and athletes asking for this kind of money and blah, blah, blah. It is important to remember that we're all here because we love this game. And I think a big shout out goes to Mark and his family. I think that's a really touching gesture by Stars fans. I know as soon as that puck drops, everybody's on their own side. But reading that today, it was one of the only things on that stupid website, Twitter, that has made me feel good in, I think, months. Every time you tune that in, it's like, wow. Or every time you open that app, it's like, wow, what hell on earth is happening today? And it's meant to be that way. That's how that app is supposed to be. It's supposed to make you angry. It's supposed to make you sad. It's supposed to make you feel like things are worse than ever because they make their money on your outrage. And the fact that a story like this was strong enough to get through on a platform as shitty and terrible as that, I think it really is. It says something. And so Hayden actually has the donation total today, which I think is amazing. Hayden, what do we got, buddy? Okay, this is the last update 2 hours ago. So that's so two as of 2 hours ago is $20,000 donated, which is pretty flippin' amazing. Just awesome. And big shout out to Stars fans who started that up because I think that's pretty special. And anyway, that's all I wanted to say. That was my little diatribe off the top. I know we're getting ready for playoff hockey. Mark Scheifele undoubtedly playing with a broken heart tonight. Scott Arniel said before the game that they're going to get him a game 7. And by the way, I think that's what we all want anyway. Tell me who doesn't want a game 7 in this series. This is going to be spectacular. So they're getting ready to drop here in the next few minutes. And I'm hanging out with you for the remainder, not only of this game, but of this series. This series is mine now. And I want to shout out a couple of people who upgraded on STP VIP. Tiffany Martineau, new STP VIP member. Giancarlo Brasani, he is a STP VIP ad-free member. Jupiter Siren, STP VIP. Jupiter Siren then was like, well, that's not enough. I need to be STP VIP ad-free. And Shafe Dog, STP VIP. And Tommy from Rugrats. Wow, he must be like 30 by now. STP VIP. And then Tommy upgraded to STP VIP ad free. Shafe Dog, STP VIP ad free. Tristan, STP VIP ad free. And Stairsy, not to be confused with Shorzy, Stairsy, STP VIP ad free. So shout out to all of you guys. That's really, really cool. And by the way, as a member of STP VIP ad free, you get an extra episode of the Steve Dangle podcast every single week that really doesn't have a whole lot to do with hockey. It's other sports and other things in the pop culture world. They're actually a riot. They're so much fun. Plus, the community there, the comments are elite. It's you become a part of like a group of people who are just awesome to hang out with, just the hardcores. And then beyond that, like we said, you get the SDP episodes without any ads. Plus, you get them early. You get them an hour earlier than everybody else, at least. Sometimes it's even more. So, welcome to all of you who are SDP VIP ad free. Welcome to all of you tonight on the stream. I know I got some super chats to get to already. Oh, Gary Weston has also put himself in SDP VIP. So, shout out to everybody who is here. And Sports Talk Chud, Helly Legacy game tonight, and RIP Mark Scheifele's dad. Yes, sir. It is for sure this will be a game much talked about even when this playoffs is over. I think what we're about to see is one of the stories of the playoffs tonight. So I'm excited. Aqua Gamer Sean says, reply to this comment if you have your Hockey Horns live app ready to chat. I don't even know what that is. What's Hockey Horns? Hockey Horns? Hockey Heroes, I'm assuming. I do not know Mark Scheifele's dad's name. Oh, it's Brad Shifley, by the way. It's Hayden. I did a little research. Thank you for that, Hayden. I appreciate you, buddy. Now, couple of super chats here. D49 says, time to bring out the grippers. Steve had boobies on the stream last night. Apparently, we have blue boobies or whatever they're called as an emoji. And that is extraordinarily upsetting for someone like me who can't stand bird talk. Not because I have anything against people who bird. I just find it painfully boring. And that's just me, man. That's just me. Jiayu Wang, I cannot imagine for Mark, but the game sometimes can be 3 hours, much needed and welcome distraction from it all. But shout out to Stars fans. Respect. Agreed. Real classy move by Sharks fans. And now the chat is spamming the blue boobies at me. Blue-footed boobies. Is that what they're called? Thanks, everybody. Appreciate that. And, somebody used the Twitter bird, too. Nick, why are you using the Twitter bird? That bird was shot years ago. Sedin Magic 15. Hey, Adam, who's scoring for each team? I definitely think Shifley gets one for his dad. Man, I agree. I think Shife is scoring tonight for sure. Scoring first, though? I'm going easy. I'm not overthinking this. Let's go Mikko Rantanen and Mark Scheifele. Mikko Rantanen for the Stars, Scheifele for the Jets. Easy peasy. Let's not get crazy. Wes Wishard dropping 5 SDPN memberships for people just to try it out. Megan, Money T456, Dark Puppet, BDC Matt. Carrie or Casey Forster, you guys all got free SDPN memberships, and make sure that you thank Wes in the chat. Drop a W in the chat for Wes. We love the man. Thank you, Wes. We love you, buddy. And hey, I'm just going to tweet out this link because I haven't had the chance to do that yet, and I think people should know that we're doing this tonight. Here we go. Come live now. Let's go Jets. I think everybody's cheering for the Jets tonight. Sorry, Stars fans. That's just the way it is. All right, and then I'm just going to put that on Blue Sky because there's people there too. Don't forget about the Blue Skyers. All right. And let's talk about the lines tonight. Kyle Connor, Mark Scheifele, Gabe Vilardi. For people just tuning in, yes, Mark Scheifele is playing. Nikolai Ehlers, Vlad Nemesnikov, and Cole Perfetti on the second line. Nino Niederreiter, Adam Lowry, Mason Appleton, third line. And fourth line is Tanev, Morgan Barron, and Alex Iafallo. Defense pairs are as follows. Morrissey DeMello, Samberg Pionk, Hayden Fleury, Shen. And this is going to be really important. Those defense pairings need to shut down the overwhelming offense on Dallas. Does Dallas need more from people outside of Mikko Rantanen? Yes, hugely, big time. They need more scoring. Winnipeg needs these 6 guys, Morrissey, DeMello, Samberg, Pionk, Fleury, Shen, to hold the fort. Keep those shots to the outside. Make sure whatever gets through that Connor Hellebuck can see. That's all you got to do tonight. Simple plays. Simple. Now, on the Dallas side, we got Granlund, couple games removed from a hat trick. All glove side, by the way, on Hellebuck, and it was all at home. And Rupe Hintz, Mikko Rantanen. By the way, I should mention, I believe Connor Hellebuck is potentially going for 0 for 10 on the road in the playoffs in the last 5 years. So he's an 0-9 right now. If you're a Stars fan, you like that stat. If you're a Jets fan, you like to kill that stat. By the way, line 2 for the Stars, Ben Duchesne Sagan, Jamie Benn, coming off that $5,000 fine. Boy, they sure showed him for punching Mark Scheifele in the face. Jason Robertson, Wyatt Johnson, and Alex Petrovic on the third line. Mason Marchment, Sam Steele, Evgeny Dadonov on the fourth. And you've got Harley Heiskanen, Lindell Ceci, Bichelle, and Ilya Labushkin. Hayden's like, that lineup is so freaking gross, and it is. And by the way, they probably have Team USA's Olympic starter in net, Jake Frodinger. Or Ottenfrod, whichever you want to call him. Canadian Girl 83 says, congrats on 150,000 subscribers. Proud of you guys. You've come so far. Can't wait to see you get to 200,000. Cheers, guys. Thank you, Canadian Girl 83. We mentioned it on the show today, but last night during Steve's stream, we officially hit over 150,000 subscribers. We knew it was coming, and we are very much appreciative of of you guys being here and being a part of this. This is like a small business, right? There's only a few of us that can work here because we're tiny, but tiny but mighty, and it's all because of you. I don't think we could have a better group of people as an audience, as people that consume our content. And we look at you guys as partners, and we appreciate every minute that you have spare, because I know life can be busy, that you give to us of your time. I'm so appreciative of it. I really, really am. Cassie, okay, before the hockey starts, I need Adam to look at when the last time the Pirates scored more than 4 runs was. Cassie, I don't have time because I did not make enough time. I know, but I'm sure Hayden can look that up, or you could just drop that in the chat because I would love to know. Pirates, bad at their job. I believe they fired their manager, and today so did the Baltimore Orioles. KC dropped a super chat. Not having a practice facility is so Vancouver. Somebody watched the SDP today already, and that was, we do go down the rabbit hole from time to time. Not as much as we used to because we're just so planned now. Like we got so much news to get to, and if we don't get to it, then people are mad and we're not doing our job or whatever. But diving deep down the Vancouver Canucks rabbit hole of not having a practice facility, and their ownership literally made their money in real estate development and property management. They've been, quote unquote, looking for 10 years, and the PWHL franchise that was just announced in Vancouver has its own practice facility already. Tell me you don't want to do it, and you don't want to spend the money without telling me you don't want to spend the money, Mr. Aquilini. Paul L. Whoa, that's a big super chat, buddy. Hey, Adam. I've been sitting on Steve's streams for the past 2 rounds, but only lurked on one of yours. Wanted to send big ups to you guys for these and the donation as a tribute to the Scheifele family tonight, pulling for the Jets. Paul, we will have to make sure to pass that along to the Jets Foundation because we can't take $1 of that. Really, really appreciate you dropping that in, and obviously, I gotta say, I don't know what to say about that generosity, but I'm very touched, man, and I just want to say how much I appreciate it. Denise Campbell, congrats on the milestone subs. Thank you, Denise. Appreciate you. You're the best. April 22nd, by the way, for the Pirates is what Hayden says. Last time the Pirates scored more than 4 runs. Fart. There's a bad owner. You want to look up a bad owner? Terrible. Sedin Magic 50, the new PWHL team, is winning the championship before the Canucks do, aren't they? I would say that they're better equipped. Curious Jin says, been loving you guys since before COVID, got me back into hockey. Man, we get a ton of people saying that they found us during COVID, which I think is kind of neat. Drewski 96, I'm calling it Leafs Jets final. Drewski, from your lips to God's ears. Crossing my fingers, buddy. Crossing my fingers. Yeah, so, but it does bring up the question, Drewski 96. What about the Oilers? I'm pretty excited. If we get a Jets-Oilers Western Conference final, I can't remember the last time. It's got to be in the late 80s, the last time we had an all-Canadian Western Conference final. And I would imagine it was like a Montreal-Edmonton. Sorry, not Montreal. It'd be like a Calgary-Edmonton or a Winnipeg-Calgary or something like that. Like, it's been a long, long, long time. Justin Fisher's in the chat, dropping boobies. Hayden is on the 1s and 2s tonight. He's doing the production. And Robert Malloy is running the SDPN account, so shout out to all of them. Be good to them. And by the way, I love the fact that we already have 800 people. Matherman, I almost missed your super chat. Glad to see the Jets have a home game tonight. Wait a minute. Oh, there's somebody that watched the show. I don't know how I got my home games mixed up with the Jets and Stars, but I did during the show. It can't be worse than this. During one of our pregame streams for Steve Dangle, I was talking about Lou Lamoriello, and I was talking about how he was spotted in Buffalo. And I said he was in Buffalo to renew the lease for his Lexus. And Jesse's like, no, he wasn't. He was in Buffalo to renew his Nexus. And I was like, oh, I must have read that tweet wrong. And I did. That's a screw up. Jesse thought it was the funniest thing. He loved it. Sports Talk Chud. Aquilini is currently the Dan Snyder of the NHL. Ooh, I don't know if I'd put him in that category. Dan was not a great dude, By the way, they did this really sad follow-up article. I forget if it was The Athletic or Front Office Sports or something about what Dan Snyder's up to now. And apparently he was always a Washington Commanders fan, like growing up. Here we go. Face-off time. And I'll tell you this in a second. It's crazy. Ready? Oh, there it is. Face-off. And we got hockey. Anyway, they do this follow-up on Dan Snyder. And apparently he lives in Europe now. And, he was a huge fan of this team, like diehard fan, but a horrible manager. So the team really suffered under him. And he could never accept that they were getting worse under him. He would always say, "Oh, what a giveaway." And to the worst guy on the ice to give it away to, Mikko Rantanen gets a shot literally right away. Don't worry, though. Connor Hellebuck's got that. Anyway, long story short, he apparently lives in Europe now and doesn't even watch football anymore and doesn't want to talk or hear about any Washington scores. Remember, this team never made the playoffs under him. First season without him, they're in the playoffs, and he's a huge fan, and he's he has to abandon his entire life in the United States because the NFL literally kicked him out. Terrible. That's a bad fate. Although Commanders fans are probably pretty pumped about it. Cassie says, who is the worst owner in each Major League Sports league? I think the A's, Hayden makes a good point. A's owner is the worst one in baseball without question. The way he's the way he's been, he's treating even the fans that they have in Sacramento is outrageous. Football, I don't think they really have too many bad owners. You have people that you probably would disagree with their opinions, but oh my God, Duchesne with another opportunity. And then NHL. I mean, the Aquilinis, it's not a good look when you're the last team in the NHL without a practice facility. What are we doing here? Use your condo gym, guys. Here's a Planet Fitness membership. Go get in shape for the hockey season. Who's that? The Pagulas. I wouldn't. Would you call them bad or would you call them disengaged? I would also mention, because the Columbus owners are notoriously great people, but disengaged, and the franchise suffered for the last decade, and now they're good again because they hired the right guy, Don Waddell. There's Mark Scheifele out there taking his second shift of the night. Oh, opportunity in front of the net. Rantanen back out there too. So these first lines for both of these teams have shifted on, shifted off, and shifted back on again. They're going to get a lot of ice time tonight. Pionk gets it set up. Oh, so that was a Rantanen double shift. He just didn't go off the ice for 90 seconds. That's a heck of a way to start the game. Oh, Stars looked like they were getting away there, but it's offside, and they are not happy about it. Mason Marchment, with his cool little mustache, upset. With his meow mustache. I'm Mason Marchment, meow. We get super chats? Oh, man. Here we go. Okay. All right. Oh, my God. Do we ever? James Stemler, a couple months ago, went to a Jets home game while in town. They absolutely screamed True North during the anthem. Scared the crap out of me. Man, it's a loud building. And you know what? If Steve said, I'm going to do the lazy sports talk thing today, and I'm going to say whoever wins this game wins the series. Because if Dallas wins, Jets are out. If the Jets win, he thinks that going back to Winnipeg means really bad news for the Dallas Stars. Can you imagine? Oh, here we go. Another bad giveaway by the Jets. They're able to break it up, clean up their mess. A little bit of jitters, I think. Decidedly un-Jets defense there. Lowry bringing the puck up the ice. 2-on-4. Appleton throws the puck in. Dallas collects. I'm curious about what the cadence of this game is going to be. Oh, Marchment trying to break in. Jets break that up. Two Jets run into each other at their own blue line. That's okay. They're off. They're away. 17:20 left in the first period. GM John says, FYI, last Canadian Western Conference final was Vancouver versus Toronto in 1994 when the Toronto Maple Leafs, if you can believe this, were in the Western Conference. Weird, right? Oh my God, we have more super chats. All right, I'll get to that in just a second. Guys, hang on. 17 minutes left, and I think we've got... it's pucks out. Paul L., it's horrible to think of all three Canadian teams making the Final Four. My jaded brain... Hey, I know who's winning the cup. The other one. Sometimes I hate my brain. You know what, Paul? I get it. As a fan of a Canadian team, I get it. You think there should be no reason to believe, should there? But then you believe a little bit. Francois Labelle, go STPN, go. Francois, thank you, pal. Francois, it's a Saturday night. You don't have to stay up late on a work night. Hallelujah. 17 minutes. We got a face-off, and we got a kick out of the face-off zone. So Rantanen is going to take it. There you go. And Rantanen wins it. Back to Heiskanen, excuse me. Dallas fans get on me about that. And that floated in, and I think if it had been on net, it would have been some trouble. West Richard, Adam, I am too lazy to cook tonight. What should I order for Din Dins? Well, I'll tell you that tonight I got avocado toast because I'm a millennial with some hard-boiled eggs on it. And I also got turkey chili from a local restaurant. Oh, nice shot there by Rantanen. So that's what I got. I think you should order in something delicious, but also healthy so you feel good, and then have a big fat dessert afterwards. But you had a healthy dinner, so it doesn't matter. That's what I would say, buddy. D.D. Weiss says you should get Costco gravy. Francois Labelle says Indian butter chicken. Hallelujah. Yes. Love butter chicken. Domino's from Dustin Tyson. What about Boston Pizza? Friend of the SDPN, Boston Pizza. All right, here we go. Scheifele behind the net. Connor. Back to the point. Over to DeMello. DeMello flutters a shot in. It's off a leg. 15:55 left in the first period. Scheifele behind the net. Back to DeMello. DeMello pops the puck in, and I think it just kind of knuckled and went out of play. All right, more super chats. Canadian Girl 83, any plans for Memorial Cup coverage? A lot of us are enjoying the OHL and WHL highlights. Here's the thing. We only have so many employees. And as we work to get bigger and better, we would like to expand that offering. And that's why we've obviously included OHL, WHL, and very soon to be, and next season, QMJHL. But our coverage will be limited to what our budget can do for now. That's just the honest truth, man. I wish I had I've got $80 jillion. I'm the Monopoly guy. Look at my YouTube channel, but I'm not yet. But soon. Jacqueline K just dropping blue-footed boobies. Thanks, Jacqueline K. Appreciate you. Water Snob. Who has crazier eyes, Marchment, Marty Biron, or other? The craziest eyes I've ever seen in the NHL are Darcy Tucker's. David Clarkson had some crazy eyes. Malkin and Kucherov, when they get mad, have some crazy eyes. Matt Barnaby. Oh, that's a good one, Hayden. Yeah, Matt Barnaby had the crazy eyes for sure. I don't know, chat. Tell me, you know who else had crazy eyes? Patrick Waugh. Patrick Waugh had two crazy ass eyes. Stare right through you. Oh, here we go. Dodonov around the net. Oh, man. And the Stars pushing for it. Wow. Nice play by Dodonov. I think Connor Hellebuyck a little overcommitted on the slide there a little bit. Woo! Look at this. What a move. Just so much speed. If he had waited perhaps a stride longer, he would have had a better option. Because I don't think the Jets' defense was going to be there. I know Sam Steele was trying to get in on that. But damn, dude. Nice play by Dodonov. By the way, if you've got Mason Marchment and Evgeny Dodonov on your fourth line, your lineup's cracked. Your lineup's nuts. It's crazy that Dallas has put this together. Good on Winnipeg for being so in this series, because this is a crazy lineup. Francois Labelle, third fight with the couch. It's always a fight with the couch to stay up, isn't it? Silent Rob, 1192. Ken Danico with the crazy eyes, because anything can happen in Jersey. It's true. Adam Ludolph. The grippers are built for speed, but the boobies are built for pleasure. It's a real interesting chat. I'd love to explain this to a complete outsider. Hi, is this your first night with SDPN? Here's a textbook full of lore that you have to catch up on in order to understand all the inside jokes. I'm not saying I don't appreciate it. I'm just saying, imagine. Francois Labelle, what about selling Saudi Steve's chopper? No, can't do that. That doesn't belong to SDPN. It belongs to Steve. He did that deal with the Saudis on his own. All right. If anybody sees what the AI generated description of the chat says, please drop it in the chat. I would love to know what it's telling us right now. Is there a helicopter? Are we mentioning blue-footed boobies? What is the chat? What is AI saying about the chat? Uh the Vevictus says this chat is still less confusing than NHL officiating. You know what? Amen. As long as that's got to be our bar, right? As long as it's less confusing than, say, whatever goaltender interference is, then I think we're doing a good job. Duchesne with the face-off win. 14:03 left in the first period. Jacqueline Clay, blue-footed grippers. Stop. We need a T-shirt. What's that, Hayden? Yes, they have. Oh, I thought that puck was going over. I got excited about a play that never happened, guys. That ever happened to you? I thought Ehlers was going to feather that one over. Wrong. It was blocked. Dallas defense, unheralded. We made the stupid call of saying, hey, Dallas' defense, that's got to be their true weakness. Well, how stupid we were. Hey, I picked the Kings to beat the Oilers in the first round. Ha ha. Wow. Big, dumb head. I also picked the Jets to beat the Blues in 5. I was ultimately right about at least the Jets winning. Oh my goodness. Lots of super chats tonight. Let's go, baby. Marsupial Jr. You've gotten pretty good at this, Adam. Your streams are a good hang regardless of who's playing. Y'all keep up the good work. Thank you, Marsupial Jr. I would love to know what Marsupial Senior is up to this fine evening. Saturday night, kids. Saturday night. It was a bit of a rainy, hot one. Oh, what a shot. Wow. The Jets keep letting it get out front, and Evgeny Dadonov had his second great scoring opportunity of this period. By the way, it's so crazy. The Jets have only got one shot. They've had at least 5 high danger scoring chances, one shot. I would actually like to know right at this moment how many high danger scoring chances they have. I think it's 5. I don't even know how they track that, to be honest with you. I just know that they do. James Stemler, Leafs win tomorrow because this is the year of conquering demons. They've already conquered a couple. It's only right they're forced to overcome a game 7. Amen to that. Paul L, a booby is a bird, a tit is a bird. I think the method of naming betrays birdwatchers' level of focus. Amen. Amen. Barb dropping a super chat, but Barb didn't say anything. But Barb, you're welcome to just come in and say hi. Barb, whatever it is you wanted to say, I want you to say it. Primo31, congrats on hitting 150K subs. Go Leafs. Amen. Thank you, Primo31. Appreciate you. And appreciate you being here and being one of our 150,000 subscribers. Francois Labelle, I've seen pictures of the rocket. Crazy eyes. Yeah, Maurice Richard. Crazy eyes. That was a big hit. Stars fans pissed. They wanted a call on that. I don't think it would have been a call, to be honest. I guess you could mention a boarding or whatever. Not tonight. Brandon Tanev. I love watching another Tanev play hockey. And Brandon Tanev, look at the motor on this guy. Doesn't stop, doesn't quit, doesn't play a whole lot of minutes, doesn't have to. Valuable. Oh, what a steal! Oh! How did that not go in? Get out of town. Sagan had a gift, and he missed an open net. Wow. Stars all over it in the early going. Jamie Benn with a shot. That's off an ankle. Wow. 10:34 left in the first period. It has been high energy and high event, mostly in one direction. And that's what makes it beautiful. Dallas Stars pouring it on against the Jets early. Jets holding the fort by the skin of their teeth, as my grandmother used to say, or by their nails. Just hanging on. Wow, how did Sagan miss that? Woo! Ginny Weatherby said, young Lindy Ruff had crazy eyes. Yes, I noticed, though, in I don't know if it was Dallas or New Jersey, but the light has gone out in his eyes a bit. when he was like Buffalo coach with with Hasek and Mike Pekka and that group, he had crazy eyes. Now I think he's just a little tired. Plus, he's coaching this generation of the Buffalo Sabres. Yikes, man. Yikes. Yikes. Richard Triofino, which power will prevail? The Ottenfraud or the Hellefraud? The Frottinger or Hellefraud? Basically, people are trying to spin the narrative, and I brought this up on the show, and Jesse was like, nah, I don't think so. That whoever wins this series gets the edge for Team USA's goaltending at the Olympics. You have to think they're at least looking at this. Like Bill Guerin's watching this series, right? He's the GM. You would think. Zoe says, who wins in an all Canadian Western Conference final? Zoe, we will do a preview for that. I don't want to not answer your question, but I want to say this. We must focus on tonight. We must focus on getting the Jets to Game 7 so that we can hang out for the Jets and Stars Game 7 because I'd be doing that game too. And I believe that will be on Monday night if it happens. And let's get to Game 7 and then figure it out. Barb A. Hey, Adam, Caps fan from DC. Now that my team is out, I'm rooting for an all-Canadian final. You guys deserve it more. Thank you, Barb. Heck of a season for you guys. I loved Spencer Carberry's comments after locker cleanout. I think it was yesterday or today, basically telling the guys that he loved them all and that it was a great season. And you know what? There's so much to build on. And, what's annoying about the Caps, if you have to play the Caps, if you're any team against the Caps, is that they have a lot of young players that are about to pop and get even better. And, we all like Portis, right? Yeah, Alexi Portis, yeah. His brother Ilya could be even better. Go look up Ilya Portis' stats in the WHL. That's nuts, dude. That guy's and he's huge, and they got both of them. Come on now. Jiayu Wang. Okay, Hellefraud is just different on the road. He's doing great. He's having a great start. By the way, somehow Dallas still only has one registered shot. That Sagan miss, man, that could be a major factor in this game. Sagan's got to. Oh, both Jets beat the Stars to the puck. Stars have been great at breakouts in this series and especially in this game. And look at that. We got a 2-on-2 already. Thomas Harley joined the rush there. Here we go. Another open shot here. Hellebuck's going to have to stand tall. Hellebuck a little out of position there, but it didn't matter. He did cover that angle. Katie Faye, have you seen laughs when he gets real mad? Crazy eyes. Oh, lots. Oh, Lawton. Haha. I didn't read that properly. Crazy eyes. Philly calls him murder face. I have not seen Scott. I've seen Scott Lawton stare guys down, but I haven't seen him get like pissed. The more that I see him play hockey, the more I understand why he was such a fan favorite in Philly. I really like that guy. And I wasn't sure about him, man. I'm going to be honest. But I not only apparently is he just a beauty in the dressing room, I love the way that guy plays hockey. KK Farber. Stars are winning this. Keep up the great work, guys. Love from the UK. Go Leafs, go. Thank you, KK. Appreciate you. Denise Campbell. Torts has them crazy eyes. Yeah, again, I think the light in Torts is... Oh, nice. Could have been a great opportunity for Kyle Connor. Their puck slipped through. He breaks off from Sam Steele. Puck back to the point, and it just sort of bounces over the blue line. Jets can't keep it in, so they're going to regroup. Velarde. Jets for a change. DeMello to Perfetti. Perfetti dumps it in. Jets have not been great at puck retrieval, but they're getting a little better here later in the period. 8:18 left in the first. Puck out to the point. Pionk's going to fake the shot. Shot! Oh, what a play, and Ottinger stands tall. Perfetti almost had a great opportunity there. Oh! Play back the other way. This is a game, folks. This is a game. 8:01 left in this period. Rantanen to Lyubushkin. Lyubushkin gets it down low. Granlund to Rantanen. Puck is chipped out. Holy moly. Holy moly, this is great. Yeah, anyway, Denise, Torts does have those crazy eyes, but less so in Philadelphia. I feel like he just got tired, you know? Oh, Jacqueline K dropping 5 SDPN membership to the Friars Den, Devin Collins, Steve Aislinn, B, and Connor, and also Anti-Matti Tonteri. Anti-Matti Tonteri. I just want you to drop a little thank you in the chat for Jacqueline K. Shout out Jacqueline. Shout out Jacqueline. Craig G, what are the Oilers' chances of taking it? Pretty good, I would say. Helps that they're in the third round already. By the way, I had to refresh my stream, so I know what AI is saying about the stream. And I'm going to just put that in the chat. Here we go. You ready? Viewers in this chat are discussing various hockey-related topics, including the Toronto Maple Leafs' chances in the playoffs, the Washington Capitals drama, and the potential for NHL expansion. Nothing about Sal's or Winnipeg. Yanni Havisto, I put Perfetti in as hype man in the playoff fantasy team. Oh, that's a good idea. There's a guy who has finally found his spot in the lineup and been exactly what the Winnipeg Jets drafted him for. B says, thank you from the membership. Love from Turkey. Hey, that's great. We got people from Turkey. Alex Mercer, Adam, would our PM attend an Oilers game? Would that be good luck? Well, I hope he would. If I was prime minister, sorry, it doesn't matter what's going on in the country. I think I would want to definitely go to a Leafs playoff game. I feel like that, could it get more Canadian than going to an Oilers playoff game as the prime minister? He's a big Oiler fan. Craig G, do you think Quebec City will ever get a team? Not unless the population gets bigger or the business community gets bigger. There are people with tons of money in Quebec. The question is, do you want to support the team? And objectively, you will lose money year over year owning a team there. The asset value will grow, but you will lose money. You'll burn money every year. And some owners are willing to do that. Some are not. I think the NHL is more focused on putting more teams in the United States because if you look at their league versus the NFL, the NBA, and the MLB, the NHL has less markets than all of those teams in the United States. Jesse always makes a great point pointing that out, and he's right. And so, oh, here we go. Mortsey with the shot. Oh, Odger can't find it. Oh, Kyle Connor could have had a swipe over, but I think he just bounced over his stick. Man, the Stars are so fast in transition. Puck goes over Hellebuck's blocker, but they do not waste they don't waste a moment. Their transition game is unbelievable. Velarde gets the puck deep. And you're going to see here, unless the Stars or the Jets can finally pin the Stars along the boards, which it looks like they're doing. Scheifele out there, Velarde, Connor, Scheifele behind the net, looking for his defense. Shot from the point, grabbed by Ottinger. That counts as a shot, by the way. So the Jets somehow, someway are out shooting the Dallas Stars, but they're definitely not out chancing them. What is it, Hayden? Mm-hmm. Hayden says if there was a script, like if there was a script writer for the NHL, that was a real thing, because everybody wonders about that from time to time in other sports. Would an Edmonton, Florida rematch be a smart decision by the script writers? And I would say, yeah. Best player in the world versus defending champions. For sure. I don't see why. I don't know, guys. Do you have a thought on that? Oh, puck down the ice by Dallas on itself. Man, that was fired hard. Here's Thomas Harley, who was such a great surprise for Team Canada at the Four Nations final. He is for sure on the Olympic team. I wonder where he slots in, though. They didn't even pick him. And then Pietrangelo didn't come. And then Theodore got injured. And you would expect Theodore and Pietrangelo to be there, right? But the way Thomas Harley played, you can't not have him there. It's going to be really competitive for Team Canada. I mean, I guess it always is. But, Do you go older veteran experience, or do you go young guy who is just rocking it like Thomas Harley is? Diane Searcy dropping 5 SDPN gifted memberships. Thank you, Diane. James Webb, Canyonero, Canyonero, D Sticky, Josh Marinus, and Jeffrey McMillan, all gifted SDPN memberships by Diane. Make sure you thank Diane in the chat. Thank you, Diane. We love you. By the way, 1,100 of you here. 1,100, which I think is great. And unlike with Steve, I you're not here to see my tears. You're here for the vibes. You're here for the good times. And what I need from you is I just need you to click like. Because the more likes you click, the more YouTube shows this to other people in the algorithm. And that's good for everybody. So if you can just click like for me, get it up around 50% here. That would be great. Meme Empress, we exist to vibe. Exactly. Thank you. Jiayu Wang, thoughts on maybe the Jets. So thoughts on maybe Jets should get a new building and new facility to make Winnipeg more attractive and have an easier time with free agents. I don't think that's on the cards. They have a smaller rink or arena on purpose. Winnipeg's population is what it is. It's one of the smaller markets in the country and in the NHL. They are passionate. They buy tickets, whatever. But they did have, over the last couple of years, trouble selling some seats. And that's partially because the economy stunk. And also because, and the Jets would tell you this, they didn't do a good job servicing their fans. They just assumed that every night would be a sellout. And when they found out it wasn't, they were like, I don't know what to do. And so, frankly, I think the arena being smaller is probably a smart move. I think that any player that goes to Winnipeg and plays, like look at Scheifele and Hellebuck, right? They don't have a problem being there. They signed long-term deals at relative discounts. If either of those guys had made it to the open market, they would have got more money, right? But they said and recognized, and by the way, Blake Wheeler, American guy. Connor Hellebuck, American guy, there forever. Why? Because it's pretty special to play in Winnipeg. And maybe it's not as attractive for free agents, but man, why is it that everybody that gets traded there is like, yeah, I'm happy to stay? Paul Stastny was another guy that, he's playing all over the place, could have signed anywhere, kept signing in Winnipeg. Why? It's a cool place to play. You can't beat that kind of fan group. And by the way, it's a great community as well. So yeah, I don't think there's a new arena there in the future, but at least not for a while. They just don't need it. 5 minutes to go in the first period. Stars breaking in again. They have been unbelievable in transition tonight. Some great opportunities, but they haven't converted. Winnipeg has sort of stopped the onslaught the last 5 minutes. If you missed any of this period, the first 10 minutes was all Dallas. And in the last little bit here, Winnipeg's come in and come back and starting to look like they're in this game. Sometimes it takes you a minute to find your footing. I'm sure as a Jets fan, your heart is in your throat. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Whoa, man. Woo-hoo! That was a bad giveaway. Man, shut up, Adam. Just shut up. That was, I believe that was Gabe Velarde that gave that puck away. He's not a defenseman, but holy moly, did he give it away at the worst possible time right in front of his own net. And the shot didn't make it on the net. But wow. There have been some tire fire defense moments for the Jets in this first period. You saw another one. Wow. Ty Smith says, I thought we were here for the Grippers. Ty, listen, we could always tease. Third round is upon us. Haven't got over 1,000 likes on one of my streams yet, so I'm just saying. Oh, 344. A puck thrown out in front again, but this time by the Dallas Stars. So obviously no icing. Ottinger out to play it. This is high-intensity hockey. This is an exciting game. Pionk hit in the corner. Rantanen in there. And then they go out front. Whoa, boy. Dallas is kind of making their way, doing what they want. Wyatt Johnson, Mikko Rantanen going to go off for a change. I think Robertson was out there with them. I think DeBoer is scrambling these lines just a little bit, making my job as somebody who has not covered the series to this point a little bit harder, but it's fun. Ben, Duchesne, and I think Sagan are out there. You never know with DeBoer. Heiskanen, what a pass! And Connor Hellebuck with a great save, hug the post. He has been tested and tested and tested to start this game. 2:45 left in the first. Shot! Duchesne tries to get it to Rantanen, who I think is double shifted. Heiskanen with the puck. Heiskanen still with the puck. 30 seconds of offensive zone pressure already for the Dallas Stars. I'm getting goosebumps here, folks. This is a good one. Oh. Wow. I'm not even kidding. Goosebumps. This is crazy. What a game. Mikko Rantanen receives the pass, tried to pull it around his entire body. Bischel. Down low to Heiskanen. Wow. Wow. Stars fans all on their feet, and they should be. Less than 2 minutes to go. Stars actually registered some shots there. Jets get the puck out. Sigh of relief, but Miro Heiskanen now has the puck again, and that tends to be an issue if you're opposing him anyway. You're seeing it on the screen right now. Winnipeg Jets have 3 minutes. Oh, another great play. Wow. Connor Hellebuck is standing tall. Tyler Seguin with another scoring opportunity. Oh, baby. So that's the giveaway there. Dadonov has had 2 or 3 amazing chances. And let me stress this to you. Dadonov's on the 4th friggin' line. How do they do that? Wow. Hayden needs me to catch up on the super chats. Guys, I'm trying to catch up and do the thing. And there's so many tonight, and I love you all. This is great. Hang on. I'm going to keep going here. Gary Hall. Hi, Adam's mom. Adam's mom is Alanis Morissette. No, but kind of. That's an old school joke. Anybody that's been around since the beginning. KK Farber. What American city would be the worst for expansion? Not Arizona right now, like Phoenix right now without an arena. Any team that they expand to that doesn't have an arena. But I think there's a lot of great American cities that could work. Francois Lebel, you mean booby bumps? Stop it, Francois Lebel. Who is the MVP for the 2026 Olympics? From Craig G. Hayden says Mitch Marner because he's trolling me. I don't know. I imagine it's going to be one of the stars. Like, hey, Mikko Rantanen. That Finnish team looked better than people thought. I thought the Swedish team had tied Canada in points. The only reason they didn't get through is because Canada beat them. Watch out for Sweden in the Olympics, man. Maybe Jake Markstrom. Let's get crazy. Let's do a crazy pitch. Paul L. I am wearing an Atlanta Thrashers jersey because for some reason it brings good luck to Winnipeg. However, I disagree with them wanting to bring back Atlanta for a third time. They left within a decade, both times. Your thoughts, Paul? Both times one time's in the 70s, so don't even count that because the business was just completely different than it is right now. In the late 90s, early 2000s, when they brought it back, they didn't have a great ownership group. They had a terrible arena situation. And the NHL really hadn't figured out expansion yet. And those expansion teams, the Wild, the Blue Jackets, the Thrashers, and the Preds, weren't good for a very long time. If you look at the success of Seattle and Vegas, I would tell you they have figured it out now. And teams come in and they're more successful. And obviously, because of the Coyotes, they also have to come in with an arena finished, built, has to be done. So Atlanta is going to work. It's a top 10 TV market. I believe in the Atlanta project completely. It's just got to be with the right ownership group with the land. And that guy that we keep mentioning on the podcast is the only guy that actually right now owns the land. You don't want to give the expansion tag to somebody that doesn't already own the land. Because we saw what happened with Arizona. You got to get the land. You got to get the approvals. Then we'll allow you to buy the franchise. Puck hits the top of the glass. 2 seconds to go in the period. And what a period it was. Oh, my God. Wow. By the way, the idea that Atlanta or Houston, because they're southern markets, can't be hockey markets, we're watching a Dallas Stars game. People said that, too, when they moved from Minnesota. It's just not true. Hockey can work anywhere. It's a great game. Whoopty with a crazy super chat. As someone from Winnipeg, if they did anything, they should move the facility away from downtown. Biggest problem for most people is getting to the arena. Our CFL team is in Winnipeg, but well away from the city center. No issues selling out. So that's so interesting. I don't know what the public transit situation or the parking situation is in Winnipeg. But I know that nobody's interested in spending $500 million to $1 billion right now to build a new arena. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, what is that situation? I'd love to know. That's really interesting. Very interesting, Whoopty. And thank you for the super chat. That's extraordinarily generous, and I just hope you know how much we appreciate it. Leif Olpstad, Dadonov! Man, he's been dangerous tonight. Dangerous. CD Magic 15. This scoreless tie must feel like a 2-0 lead to the Jets because that period was not great. It wasn't, but that's the great thing. You got through. You held the fort. 0 goals, baby. Let's go. Jump ball in period 2. I'm so glad, by the way, that there are 1,200 of you here. You knew this was going to be a good game. I'm so just excited that you decided to come hang out. Emma Glover, Dallas has been double shifting Rantanen for most of round 2. Go Stars. Dude, Mikko playing. Let's look at Mikko Rantanen's minutes here because I think that's worth mentioning. If that's the case, let's look at his average ice time in the playoffs this season. Now, his regular season ice time was 20 minutes. Average ice time in the playoffs, still 20 minutes. So I guess it's about when they double shift him. Yeah. Anyway, it's working. Here's the crazy thing. When your guy is scoring, play him more. What a strategy. Learning languages. Turbolinga says NHL expansion in Stockholm. I think NHL Europe is not a possibility. It's an inevitability. It's going to happen. There will be European teams. My bet is London, Paris, Berlin, Stockholm to start, and you go from there. There, you heard it first. Actually, you didn't hear it from me. Alan Walsh said it first. Whoopty says rapid transit buses in Winnipeg, but no trains in Winterpeg. Well, that makes things hard because obviously Winnipeg gets some serious snow from time to time too. So that puts the buses offline. Interesting. Would you put it in, because the city center in theory, and again, not knowing the geography of Winnipeg all that much, and I apologize, I just haven't spent a lot of time there. I would assume that you would want it near one of the suburbs. But the problem is when you move an arena outside of the city center, you move it away from the centers of commerce and bars and restaurants and that sort of thing. I don't know if there are any bars and restaurants that kind of trade on the Winnipeg Jets that are like before and after spots. But where would you put it in the city? Like, would you put it where the Bombers are? That would make a lot of sense because then you could have a bar that's, a 365 bar. We got the Jets in the wintertime, and we got the Blue Bombers basically spring, summer, fall. Interesting. Yenis McKay says, pronounce my name right and I'll give you a super chat. I hope I got it right, Yenis. Don't tell me your name is Jenias. Janius. That's very like Game of Thrones. Janius. Hello, this is Janius. He carries a big sword. Crispin Welburn. Adam, I won't let Jesse gaslight you about Helly anymore. He's played that perfectly. I have to give him credit. All right. Hayden, what clip are we playing? Because I'm going to go take a break, eat the rest of my dinner, and then I'm going to come back and join you for period 2. I'm also going to make a coffee. Hayden, what do we got? Oh, Adam. Is this from today? Adam Foote, who is the new head coach of the Vancouver Canucks. I have no idea what Jesse was wearing today. I can't remember anything. Anyway, Adam Foote, new head coach of the Winnipeg Jets, of the Vancouver Canucks. Scott O'Neill is the coach for the Jets, and he is still playing. Yeah, Adam Foote, Vancouver Canucks. If this is the segment I think it is, you're in for a treat. Adam Foote is now the coach of the Canucks, and you can call this the Quinn Hughes pick. Because Quinn Hughes was a big Rick Tocchet guy. Rick Tocchet didn't want to be there anymore. So the Canucks said, Quinn, who do you want? We've interviewed these guys. And Quinn was like, yeah, it's Adam Foote. Thanks so much.
They gave it to Adam Foote.
Yes. Now, Adam Foote has an interesting record as a coach. I am kind of surprised by this. I did think that they would go Manny Malhotra. I really did. And he's been an assistant coach with the Vancouver Canucks for 3 years, so he's moving up. But they've been a pretty spotty 3 years. So you're picking somebody within the dressing room. Before that, he was okay as the head coach of the Kelowna Rockets. Junior teams go through spurts. It's hard to really judge. But this is a guy who's been an assistant since 22-23, came in with Tocchet when Bruce Boudreau was let go. And I wonder, what do we think is going to be different there? Or is it just a pre-existing relationship where people really like this guy?
I think it's that. They're trying to rock the boat as little as possible here. They didn't want to lose Tocchet, and they did. This is them trying to keep everyone happy, trying to keep everything stable. Bruce Boudreau was head coach of this team not very long ago, right? It's Boudreau and then Tocchet, and that's a lot of turnaround for a team that fancies themselves better than they are. I would believe it if you told me they made the playoffs next year, because for some reason the Canucks fool me every year. You think the Leafs fool me every year. Vancouver Canucks have me in a chokehold that I can't explain. They seem too talented to be as bad as they are. I think you hire Adam Foote, you hire the assistant coach to try to maintain the status quo as much as you humanly can.
Do you think, Jesse, that Adam Foote, being there as long as he has, seeing the best and worst of Elias Pettersson, can bring the best back out? Because he has seen both.
No, that might be a lost cause.
You think so? Wow. It's not just an injury?
Because it's how long has this been going on? Eventually, we have to admit that this player isn't the peak of his powers anymore, and they're a little lesser. I think he gets back to something that he was before, a version of it, but I don't know if he ever gets back to fully what he was. Just because he hasn't displayed that in, a year and a half? I think it's been since going into last postseason, we haven't seen Elias Pettersson really excel as the Pettersson that earned his $11.5 million contract. And maybe now a full off season away from JT Miller will help him out, and a full season away from him, because that was a really driving force around his play on the ice, which I don't think is a good excuse.
I don't think
so.
What
did JT Miller hurt his knee?
Right. So I don't know. I don't know about Pettersson going forward. I wouldn't trade for him if I'm on another team. But I think the Vancouver Canucks have organizational problems from the top down that Adam Foote can't solve. I think it starts with Rutherford and how he's running things, and maybe even it starts with Aquilini and how he's running things, and it goes down from there. It's been a mess of a couple of weeks. If you look at just the news stories that come out of Vancouver and the amount of yapping that Rutherford's been doing, and the amount of times he should have put his foot in his mouth talking about these things.
Yeah.
And losing Tocchet when you want him and are hey, here's all this money. And the guy's just no, I don't want all this money to remain here because it's such a toxic situation. And the way the regular season played out with the Miller and Pettersson drama playing out so publicly. And then the reason JT Miller goes to New York and he's yeah, I was just kind of too competitive for them. And that's not what you want out of, that's not what you want the guy to say. That's his side of the coin here, right? Yeah. It's one side of the story. We don't know how Vancouver, we know kind of how Vancouver feels about it too. They thought he was the toxic one and needs to get him out of the room because of what he was doing to the other players in the room.
And then he was the only Ranger trying.
And then I agree with them. If he's toxic and things spread from there, you need to get rid of the thing that's growing the mold or whatever. So I think it's just a very messy situation in Vancouver. I never like a hockey team that has a lot of noise around them.
Yeah.
You never hear good things about teams that have a lot of noise.
And they traded Miller, and it's the guy they get back is a guy with head injuries, and he immediately gets one.
Man.
That the Hedl return on that, for me, is the thing that stings the hardest.
Everything that could have gone wrong did.
But they didn't have to take Hedl back.
No. I mean, it was not a great hit, but not great hits happen in the NHL. I look at this somewhat harshly in the same way that I did with the Flyers acquiring Ryan Ellis. Remember they did that? He played 4 games, looked actually really good in those 4 games, and then he got hurt. I was well, yeah, it's Ryan Ellis.
He's good.
He's good, but he gets hurt. This, we knew this, man. So it's difficult to have sympathy for the team. You traded for a situation where this might happen, and then it did. With the Canucks, though, hopefully Hedl's young enough and the injury isn't serious enough that he comes back. Hopefully Marcus Pettersson. What a nightmare. Hopefully
Why did he sign that extension? He must be going, man, I could have gone to free agency.
What's your name, Jim? Oh, Jim, 2 gyms.
Yeah.
3. Like, holy crap. It's an episode of Shoresy playing it out for 82 games. Shout out to the Vancouver Canucks broadcast crew for that nightmare. But maybe Marcus Pettersson can solidify everything back there. I don't think it's very complicated. Have a solid D-core that can move the puck and defend, get some saves, score some friggin' goals.
Yeah.
Like, if Pettersson shows up, they'll make the playoffs.
If Demko's healthy.
It's such a big if.
Demko was second in Vezina Trophy in the 23-24 season.
Wow.
And then the following season,
Wow.
he plays 23 games and is an 889. And we forget, like, that injury he had during last season's playoffs. Remember how it was so wishy-washy about, like, when could he come back? And people thought he'd be back for the series if they got through the Oilers, you know? And they're like, oh, he could be back anytime.
And he's got some injury to a muscle like no one has ever.
It was only a
injured
couple
in
soccer
the NHL.
players that have ever had that injury in terms of sports. Yeah, that was what came out during the offseason leading into training camp. And then he wasn't ready for training camp. And then he eventually got back and played games. And then it was only 23 during the regular season.
Who do you even turn to in those situations? Like, I remember the more I learned about that, going, this sounds very bad, actually. We need to stop talking about him like he's going to be back next week and good. I don't think he can be both those things at the same time.
Right. Pick one.
It's either going to take a while or it take a while and he's going to be okay and we'll see, or he can come back immediately and he's going to stink.
Yeah. So you're kind of happy with your decor. It's just that offense needs a revamp and your goaltending is a question mark.
Jesse talks about noise around the Canucks. They were able to lock up their 11th overall pick, Tom Willander, but the reason they hadn't been able to lock him up before, and by the way, this guy was drafted almost a year ago.
Yeah.
The reason they
11th overall.
they couldn't grab him, they couldn't grab their own draft pick, is because they were like, we're not going to give you Schedule A bonuses. And Tom Willander said, cool, then I won't sign. And the Canucks said, well, you're going to capitulate eventually. And what ended up happening was the Canucks capitulated.
Yeah, what a ridiculous line in the sand for them to draw.
Not the 11th overall guy. Things are going so. Here's the thing: if Vancouver has a really good season and they're still in the playoffs today, maybe he does capitulate. But you put yourself at such a disadvantage in your own chaos that he's looking at you going, "You need me." What if Quinn Hughes goes in a year or two? You need me. You need me.
It was such a ridiculous line in the sand to draw.
And by the way, we were talking about it. Jesse and I were talking about the pre-show. I'm like, don't listen. Give him the Schedule A bonuses. If he hits them, he hits them.
Yeah,
you want him to hit those though. Why wouldn't you want
I'd love to know what the bonuses are for exactly.
Yeah, because I don't know what they are for defense. I know what they are for forwards.
He had 2 goals in the NCAA this season. Like, are they offensive?
No, I don't think so.
Like, that's, and I'm not criticizing him. It's just that's not the kind of defense. It's not the kind of defenseman he is. Like, surely they're not point totals. Are they games played? You know, that's still up to you, eh? Like, I don't understand why they drew that line in the sand and made this such a distraction for a fan base that has been rightfully so just riddled with anxiety for so long. Like, it's like I was saying years ago with Line A and the Jets. Just give Jets fans an answer. Either sign him to an extension now or trade him. Enough. Let's give Canucks fans something to feel good about here, and it cost them a rounding error in their budget books. Good. Get it done. Let's all feel happy. This is a time of year where there are some really good teams with miserable fan bases because they make it to the second round and then they lose. Everyone. But if you miss the playoffs entirely, you can win May. You can win May real easy. You just got to make your fans happy. Sign some college pick. You didn't even have to go out and find someone new. You just had to find your own 11th overall pick and give him a contract that he's willing to sign.
Welcome back. Are you excited for how are we already at second period, man? We're already here. Canadian Girl 83. Let's get Adam his first stream with 1,000 likes. We're well on our way. Lots and lots of people tuning in. Love you all. Thank you so much for joining. Well, what did I want to say? I wanted to start with something and I forgot. Adam, this is from Jet Legends. Adam, how can I, in good conscience, get my girlfriend into following the Canucks? It's awful. I watched today's pod and I just can't. The Leafs are my East team because of you lads. Well, Jet, the good thing about being a Western guy in the East and watching at least a team in the East is that it happens early. So if you and your girlfriend are like going out for a date, the game is over by the time you're leaving. If you're going out with friends or going out for dinner or whatever, game's already over. So you could get her into the Leafs and then be like, oh man, the Canucks game's on. How did this happen? Oh my God. And then, maybe they have a good year. Listen, it's usually the teams that you least expect that have bad years, unless it's the Coyotes. We always expected the Coyotes to be bad, and they mostly were. And we also expected them to be poorly run, and they mostly were. But like when you think about teams that you expected to be really good last year, one team sticks out to me as or this year, I guess we're still in this season. The Nashville Predators, man. I expected them to be awful last year. They made the playoffs, lost to Vancouver. I expected them to be great this year because their defense was smothering. They had great goaltending, great additions with Marchessault and Stamkos, and they stunk. They were terrible. And I feel like it's the teams you least expect. Like would I be shocked if Elias Pettersson is on a heater come October? No, not at all. Because listen, as much as his pregame prep is reportedly not the best, I would tell you that as a person who's a proud person, proud of the work I do, right? You got to have pride in something. Proud of a couple of things. I'm proud of my husband being a husband, proud of my of the kid I'm raising. I'm proud of the work we do at SDPN. If somebody within SDPN was openly criticizing to the public my work ethic and prep for the Steve Dangle podcast, you bet your ass it would be prepped within an inch of its life. And I just feel like I just want to prove people wrong, right? I'd have a chip on my shoulder about it. I feel like Elias Pettersson could come back and show the league why he got that contract. Like, I know everybody's down on him now, but what if he comes back and just destroys people? Also, he's good at defense. So he starts scoring, and he's good at defense. Philip Hedl lives up to his billing. You got Lankinen and Demko and net. Quinn Hughes, Philip Roenick. Dude, could be a good team. Oh, and Artur Svilovs. Oh, that's Hayden and I. That's the early days of Hayden and I's production partnership. Man, Shilovs was so much fun in the playoffs 2 years or last year. That was fun. That was a really fun run, and he was really good. Kevin Lankinen, though, man. I want to say Kevin Lankinen carried my fantasy team this year for the first 2 months. Absolutely carried it. Steve Austin says, I hope there's some Baileys in that coffee. Steve, if you knew me, you'd know that I can't eat sugar all that much anymore because my stomach gets really, really upset. I know. It's not, it isn't that. It's just coffee. Paul L. Of the 10 teams who have yet to win a Stanley Cup, who do you think has the best chance of winning the Cup first and why? I was loving many this year along with my Sens. Sadly, it wasn't to be. So Minnesota is a really interesting one because they've got the most money to spend, I think, of any team in free agency. And I think isn't it $45 million or something, Hayden? It's 45, 46 million. It's crazy. So they've been this good with a $15 million cap penalty for those buyouts 3 years ago. And they've been this good they made playoffs 2 of those 3 years with those cap issues. That's insane, man. That's insane. So if they can go and get a Brock Besser, I think they would probably benefit from some center help. You go get a Brock Besser, Vlad Gavrikov's available. You can also take advantage of teams that want to dump salary. That was a big hit. Holy moly. You can look at teams that a Pierre-Luc Dubois situation in LA last year where they're like, we just got to get rid of this contract. Well, Minnesota can help you with that. And maybe they take some draft capital back for a contract that's not exactly ideal, but it's expiring, help a team out of a jam, use that draft capital to go and spend big at the deadline. Like, there are so many options available to Bill Guerin now. And big shout out to Craig Leopold for going along with that plan, and for Guerin and his staff for actually executing on it, because that was not easy. It's one of the unsung heroes in the league. I think Bill Guerin and that staff. And I'm not just saying that because Hayden's a big Minnesota fan. But yeah, teams that haven't won a cup that should. So we got Vancouver, we got Ottawa, we got Winnipeg. Well, I think Winnipeg, because the Leafs have won a cup. Florida's won a cup. Carolina's won a cup. Dallas has won a cup. Edmonton's won a cup. I'm going to say the best chance is the Winnipeg Jets, because they're still in it. How's that? Is that a cheat answer? That's the answer I'm going with. Francois Labelle, 1K viewers, only 300-ish likes. Click like, everybody. Actually, Francois, we're up at 650, my friend. Denise Campbell. She love the spider goalie. LOTR reference. Yes, I get it. Lord of the Rings. I love that. I love that. Arthur Sheloves. MKI Sports. Hello, Adam. MKI Sports. One of the regulars. One of the OG Gripper Nation. I see a lot of you here tonight. A lot of you. Yes, Hayden? Hayden says the cap penalty that Minnesota has been under, he's just picked these two people at random, has been the equivalent of Minnesota missing an Eichel-style player, like a $10 million player, and a Hagel-style player who's like 5 or 6. And by the way, Hagel is way underpaid. It's nuts. It's crazy. All right. Fan got struck in the front row. Ooh. Yeah, that sucks. Clock check, by the way, because it was requested. 17:46 left in the second period. Oh, this poor fan. But you know what? You can go to the hockey game and go, playoff hockey, baby. That's something you can brag about later. Yeah, Hayden makes a good point. I hope he gets to keep the puck. I hope they give him some merch or something. Are they just like, I don't need to see this. I feel bad for him. Oh, he got it right in the schnoz. Oh, that sucks. Poor guy. Francois Labelle, YouTube, bad at refresh, had to restart the stream. Yeah, that happens to me sometimes too. I don't know why that happens, but it does. I have to refresh Steve at least once a period. Hayden gets booted out. Oh, puck is wide. Hayden gets booted out of our control room once an hour. So there you go. Puck goes out. 17:23 left in the second period. That poor guy. Schnoz looked in pain. But again, it's going to be one of the best stories he's going to be able to tell it. Like, he doesn't know it yet, but he's going to be sitting around campfires the rest of his life telling that story. Paul L., yes, Winnipeg was a cheat answer, but I wouldn't mind. I should ask again next year during the regular season. LOL, that's on me. If it's not the Jets, Nashville's never won a cup. Ottawa's never won. Winnipeg's never won. Oh, I can't do it here. I will give you the clap on the next face-off, everybody. 17:20 left in the second period. $17:10 left. Lot less chances early on than there were in the last period. I'm sure that's on purpose. That puck is tipped out. Oh, it wasn't out. It was just at the top of the glass. Puck comes down. Jets try to break out. Kyle Connor, Mark Scheifele out on the ice. The big scoring threats for the Winnipeg Jets. Oh, Ryan says Utah. Yeah, Utah hasn't won a cup. Toe Drag Release says Ottawa has won 5 cups. That's fair. The original Ottawa Senators did win. Hayden says last year when I brought this up that I counted Ottawa's championships, and I should, of course. So you know what? Screw it. Ottawa's won cups. 16:22 left in the second. Hellebuck behind the net, plays it around. Star's there to retrieve. Thomas Harley pinching. And he can do that because he's fast. There's Bush, Ilya Babushkin. Marchman. Tried to get it down deep to Jamie Ben. I can't even tell the number. It helps when you're in the arena. It really does. Tanev on Labushkin. Oh, he just brings him right down. Labushkin's a big boy, too. That's not easy to do. 15:45 left in the second. Ooh. Offside, Granlund. Doesn't love that. Jet Legends. Adam, I love the idea. It works well, except I'm in Australia, so East games are 7:30 a.m. West games are more like 10:30. Good morning from Down Under. By the way, 10:47 a.m. Good morning. I hope Sunday is treating you well, friend. Yeah, it's a tough one. I can't recommend that somebody get up early for the Toronto Maple Leafs. I would, but, tortured relationship. 15:40 left in the second. I'm going to give you a clap here so we can align our streams and be together. Nemesnikov, ready to take the face off. There it is. Dallas wins that. $15:30 left in the second. What's that? Hayden? Yeah, I saw that. Francois Labelle, Habs. Although they've been alive, I've been alive for 12 of their cups. Francois Labelle, it's teams that have never won the cup. Habs have won the most cups. To my great chagrin. Oh, nice hook there on Ehlers. No call. It was just enough to knock his hands off the puck. And it should have been a penalty. And probably in the regular season, it would have been. Here we go. We got a break. Ehlers all by himself. Please shoot the puck. Oh, and the rebound. Good rebound control there by Jake Ottinger. Had that come out, Scheifele could have got the rebound, but it looks like he did anyway. Oh, and Dallas has taken a high-sticking penalty. Velarde, Scheifele scores! Mark Scheifele! Mark Scheifele! He scores! You felt like it was going to happen. Mark Scheifele, on an incredibly emotional night, opens the scoring for the Winnipeg Jets, who were under siege most of the first period. 5 minutes and 30 seconds into the second, on a delayed penalty, Mark Scheifele walks in front and makes it look easy. Look at the calmness. Boom. Goal. That had to feel good. Wow. That one was for you, Mr. Scheifele Sr. Wow. That's Brad Scheifele, by the way, his father. That's got to be in a very emotional moment for Mark. He probably won't be able to absorb that until after the game. That makes me emotional. I'm not going to lie. That's unbelievable. I thought he was going to score tonight. I did say he's scoring. James Stemler, dude, that makes me want to cry. You go, Scheif. That was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I love hearing that. I love seeing that. Guys, you just saw, I just hope you know, I want you to grab this moment. Sometimes in life, you got to grab a moment. You guys spend a lot of time watching hockey, so I want you to grab this one. That was a very special moment. That is a moment that you don't see very often, emotionally charged like that. Here comes Pionk. Oh, and that is one that's going to be one of the stories of the playoffs. Whatever happens to the Jets from here, that will always be a moment. Jacob says, how angry is Gary that there's still a chance for an all-Canadian Stanley Cup final? I'm sure the NHL networks in the States aren't thrilled about it. But the best player in the world is still involved in Connor McDavid, so you like that. If the Leafs get in, you've got Austin Matthews to build your marketing plan around. And if the Jets get in, you've got Connor Hellebuck to build your marketing plans around. So there are still guys that you can target and be like, this guy is America. You should watch because it's America. probably. CD Magic 15. Brad is going nuts in heaven right now. I hope so. That was a hell of a moment. That was very, very, very cool. By the way, Winnipeg now outshooting the Stars improbably 10-6. There's no question the Stars have had more chances, high danger, but they haven't really put them on the net. Sagan specifically, I'm thinking about, missed and a wide open net in the first period. 12:57. Shifley out there again, causing trouble. Learning languages says pop quiz in the modern era. Only one team has ever made the finals and then been relocated. Who? That would be the Minnesota Wild. And that would be against the Pittsburgh Penguins in the early 90s. I think it was 91. Minnesota Wild. Minnesota North Stars is the answer. DeMello with a big shot. Ottinger stands tall. He's keeping the Stars in the game now. Now it's the Jets' turn to pour it on the Stars. $12-17 left in the second period. Hawks 23, genuine question. Which will be more chaotic? New York Knicks fans celebrating an NBA championship or Toronto winning the Eastern Conference? The Knicks. The Knicks. It's New York. It will always, it's like, hey, what will be more chaotic? Which subway is more chaotic, New York or Toronto? New York. It's New York. There's way more people. Oh, that's a great shot of Mark and his dad. Wow. That's pretty special. Pretty special, guys. That was pretty cool. Just don't know what else to say other than that. Like, I wish I had the emotional depth to give you some deep thought, but the fact that Mark Scheifele friggin' scored, man, that is just damn. How do you not get romantic about hockey? Just a beautiful moment. Absolutely beautiful. Ah. Hayden says, losing my battle with tear ducts. Imagine how many early practices Brad Scheifele took young Mark to. Hayden says that's why he's crying. That's because, his dad took him to so many. Imagine how many vacations were missed, birthdays were missed because they were at hockey tournaments, family events, hockey tournaments over Christmas with travel. Pretty cool. Pretty cool moment. Canadian Girl 83, damn onions. Yeah. Hey, listen, on that one, I think you don't have to blame the onions. You can just be like, I'm a human being, and that was emotional. Very cool. Very cool for the Jets. Unreal moment. Canadian heritage moment, I think. I got Scheifele quote on screen right now. I love this group. There's no other team I want to do battle with. That's why we love what we do. Pretty amazing. He's playing tonight because that's what his father would have wanted, which is what they said on the broadcast. And, he told reporters that before the game. Man. 11:53 left in the second period. Shots are 12-7 Winnipeg, which is unbelievable. If you saw the first period at all, Dallas was all over them. But it's been the exact opposite. Lowry with the puck. A little bit of a break here. Nice play on Ottinger. Nobody collect the rebound. There was only the two forwards there. Dallas has been wicked fast in transition. But this period, not been able to get it going as much. You're going to see Mikko Rantanen double shifted a lot. Try to get Dallas going to try to get this game tied up. Pionk drops. Oh boy, there was a big hit there. That's okay. Players are fun. 11:01 left in the second period, guys. Wow. Goosebumps again, man. Just goosebumps. Sports Talk Chud said, this is some Disney movie stuff. What a moment. Absolutely. Absolutely. Shapoke says, wouldn't it be nice if a Canadian team could win back-to-back cups? Now you're talking. Now you're talking. All right, I'm going to give you a clap here. Boom. Scheifele wins the draw. Back to Morrissey. Morrissey down deep. Out front. Scheifele had a swing at it, and I think that puck went off a leg and went wide. Dallas flipped the puck out. What happened there? Wow. I'm not sure what they're doing on the American feed, but on the Canadian feed, they're showing just a little bit of Mark Scheifele before the game. The fact that he can be that kind of composed. Wow. Oh, here we go. Morrissey, open shot at the net. Puck just missed the top of the net. It was going to be a good shot. You got to put that one on, though. Scheifele out front. Puck is in the corner with Kyle Connor, who was unbelievable. Oh, we got a penalty, and I think it's Dallas. High stick. Oh, it's not a penalty. It's high stick. Duchesne is losing his mind. Man, he gave the ref an earful there. Holy. Yeah, Morrissey, you got to put that on the net, dude. Like, put it low. Put it low, get the rebound. Denise Campbell, I lost my mom in February. Heart goes out to him. Denise, our heart goes out to you. That's really tough. There's no replacing that. All right, sync it up. 10:31 left in the second period. We're almost halfway through. I'm going to give you a clap, and you are going to sync up with me. Hang on. Ready? Ref fake drops the puck, kicks Justin Barron out. Boom. Iafallo takes it, loses the draw. Dallas wins. They get the puck. Boosh. Puck tipped in by Robertson, so no icing. Rantanen, Robertson. Puck knocked out. Tanev with that motor. That motor never stops. That man never stops skating. This fourth line for the Winnipeg Jets, not fun. Although Labushkin just hit, I think, Justin Barron right in the head with his elbow. 9:50 left in the second. Puck kept in at the line. Again, this Winnipeg fourth line, maybe they don't score a ton, but that engine is always going. Turnover machines. Here we go. They almost did it again. Fleury. Here we go. Perfetti, deep. Nemesnikov. Perfetti on Sam Steele. Ehlers tries to block the puck, and it goes into the crowd. Thankfully, not hitting anybody in the nose this time. Hayden asks, what's more likely? Fleury plays another season or Ovechkin plays in Russia next season? I think it's more likely that Fleury plays another season than Ovechkin playing in Russia next season. But enjoy your Alexander Ovechkin, kids, because I think this one's the last one. Canadian Girl 83, much love to everyone missing a loved one. Amen to that. I love it. How great is this chat? How many YouTube chats care about each other like this? It's really nice. Friendly reminder, it's Morgan Barron. Why do I keep saying Justin Barron? Sorry. I'm new to the series. Cut me a break today. If I do it again on Monday, then you can get mad. You can get mad and angry and send me angry DMs. Nick Lovett, huge fan and much love from Boston. I get a tattoo in all the cities I visit. What landmark would you recommend for Toronto? Man, CN Tower. All day, every day, CN Tower. You have to. By the way, I think that's really cool, Nick, that you do that. Absolutely get the CN Tower. It is our most beloved landmark. Although now it's like Torontonians, after a while, they just stop even thinking about the fact that it's there. But it's quite the thing, you know? Also, there's lots of cool stuff down there. All right. And Trinket 2.0, at least Adam hasn't had to deal with the Jeff/Stuart Skinner or worse, Elias, and Marcus Pettersson. Man, all the Petterssons all in one place. We have all the Maxes. Max Domi and Max Pacioretty. Hayden said if Edmonton had played Vancouver in the playoffs this year, I'd be screwed. There's 2 Skinners and 3 Petterssons. It's true. Oh, so they're talking about Duchesne and the fact that he hasn't scored. He's like, I would take one off the teeth right now. He's frustrated. Hasn't scored a goal in these playoffs. That's very unlike Matt Duchesne, I'd say. Drew's voodoo doll. Drew is not a Matt Duchesne fan at all. He's an Abs fan. Oh, wow. Sandberg broke that play up unbelievably. I thought Dallas was through there. And I think Connor Hellebuck did too. He sure squared up. Nemesnikov on Thomas Harley. Harley to Dodonov. Broken up by Ehlers. Harley manages to get it anyway because he's Thomas Harley. Puck out. Scores! Sam Steele on a great play that was broken up, but Thomas Harley saved it. Dallas is on its feet. We got a 1-1 game, 8:48 left in the second period. Sam Steele, Evgeny Dodonov, and Mason Marchment have looked really dangerous tonight. And look at the chants in Dallas. I love this. The Dallas versus Winnipeg fan section is a story in and of itself this series. Both are among the tops in the league. Look at Harley. And by the way, they're not showing this on the broadcast, but Harley really made that play happen through the neutral zone. And Connor Hellebuck is already down because he's made a save. Otherwise, you'd think he'd be squared up a little bit better on Sam Steele. That's Sam Steele's 3rd career playoff goal. Sam Steele drafted with the first-round pick that the Leafs sent to Anaheim for Frederik Andersen. And now you know. How's that for our trade tree? I guess Mark Scheifele's got to score another goal here. Wouldn't that be a story? Dustin Tyson, I think I missed yours. Monday will mark 1 year since my brother passed. Glad to be a part of this amazing community. Much love to everyone, and thank you to all at SDPN. Dustin, thank you for being here, brother. I'm so sorry that happened, but you got friends here. You got friends here. Francois Labelle, 2X Habs Maxes. It all comes back to the Habs. That's right. Pacioretty and Domi. 7:55 left in the second. Schenn gets the puck, skates it in. Look at Luke Schenn. You go with your bad self, Luke Schenn. Kyle Connor. Luke Schenn, Kyle Connor. Back out to the point. Logan Stanley, great pass. Oh, great play by Vilardi. Nobody there to collect it, but wow. I got to give, was that Stanley? No, I'm a dummy. That wasn't Stanley. That was Hayden Fleury. Brain fart. Again, sorry. Still getting used to the numbers. Here comes Mark Scheifele. Cross the line. Tries to move past the Dallas defense. Cody Ceci gets a little bit deked out there. It doesn't matter. Takes the body. Vilardi, shot. Hits the side of the net. Puck rings around. 7:06 left in the second period. .657 left. Great pass. Lowry across. Nobody there to get it. Great pass. Great play by the Jets there. 6:46 left in the second period. Shots are 15-9. Jets have absolutely evened up the scoring chances this period. At least that's what my eyes tell me. I don't have the numbers in front of me. It was all Dallas in the first period. It's been mostly Jets in the second, and the score is tied up. Mark Scheifele opened the scoring. Sam Steele with his 3rd career playoff goal tied it up just moments ago. There's not Justin Barron. It's Morgan. DeMello, Morrissey out there. They can move this puck. Jets second line, Nemesnikov, Perfetti, Ehlers. Chipped in, but Dallas is able to stop that up, and now we got a 2-on-2. Here comes Dodonov again. Shot. Misses the net. Lindell, Ceci at the point. Sam Steele in there again. He's got legs now. Oh, rough play at the line. Esa Lindell can't handle that. Ehlers, puck deep. Ottinger grabs it. And Hayden asked me a question just a second ago. And he said, we've done it for every series. What player from each team would you like to add to the Toronto Maple Leafs? Because it always comes back to that. I feel like it's cheating if I say Mikko Rantanen and Mark Scheifele. But he says bottom six. The Leafs could use some scoring in their bottom six. And based on the way he's playing tonight, I'd like to have either Evgeny Dodonov or Mason Marchment. So get Mason Marchment back or Evgeny Dodonov over, because it would be nice to get some more depth scoring, although we've had some good stuff. Max Pacioretty, man. And on the Jets, bottom six, you know what? Brandon Tanev, because he's Chris Tanev's brother, and I like the vibes. Here we go. All right, guys, I just want to just take a breather here. This has been a crazy period. It's been a crazy game. Tied 1-1. It's shocking. It should be like 4-4. And I don't even know if the goalies have been spectacular. They've been good. But let's be honest. This was a lot of missed opportunities from both sides. I'm thinking about that Morrissey shot that whistled over Ottinger's head. I really do wish he'd keep that down. Keep that bad boy down. Keep the shots low in the playoffs. And I should let you know that Steve Dangle is doing the Sport Check Leafs Watch Along tomorrow. And Jesse and I will be doing the pre-show live from Sport Check at Maple Leaf Square. Telling you, going to be a crazy one. Game 7 in the playoffs. My brother-in-law has tickets. He's going, which I think is cool. And he's like, should I go or should I see if here's what he said to me. He honestly said this. He's like, should I go, or because his company has season tickets, or should I wait to ask for the third round? And I'm like, listen, it's the most important game they've had in 25 years. I think you go. He took my advice and he's going. By the way, I do also want to claim credit. He is currently leading his office playoff pool. And I helped him draft. And one of the guys we got, Mikko Rantanen. And I was like, get Mikko. He's like, are you sure? And I'm like, Mikko freaking Rantanen. You watch. Why do you think he's in first? It's all Mikko. Oh, getting a little chippy out there. Fans want to call. Refs aren't going to give him to him. That shot was low. Hellebuck's able to keep that puck, as BX calls it, sticky. Oh, Josh Morrissey might be hurt here. Oh, he's pissed. This could be serious. Oh, no. No, he can walk. He can walk. So maybe a twisted ankle, high ankle sprain, something like this. What happened? Oh, that's an ankle. Oh, he's in pain. Oh, that's ugly. Oh, that feels like high ankle sprain territory. Oh, boy. And he's pissed, too. He knows. And high ankle sprains, guys, we think of like, oh, I got a sprained ankle. It's not that bad. There's an offside. High ankle sprains take months. Months and months and months. They don't keep people out of the playoffs, but you're going to be in pain a lot. Wow. I can. All right. So Morrissey out for the Jets for now. Hopefully not too bad. Appleton. Niederreiter. With a toe drag. Dallas able to collect that puck. Jamie Benn. That's Jamie Benn, who's only made $100 million in his career. Now he's $5,000 less rich. What will he do? How will he go on knowing that he blew $5,000 during his playing career, punching Mark Scheifele in the face? Honestly, Steve always says it. It's ticket to ride. You can, I'll I'll just pay the fine and get the punch. Great. Sandberg, cross the line. Jets doing a change, so he's going to chip it in. Nemesnikov in. He's the only... Well, no, we get a second forward in. Oh, Perfetti got Seguin from behind there. Oh! Oh, that looked like a knee on knee. I'm not going to lie. I think that was Sandberg on Marchment. Here we go. Neil Pionk. Ottinger with a save. Nemesnikov in there with 4 Dallas Stars ready to pummel him, but it's okay. Marchment with his mustache. Really? Oh, it's Shen. Wow. So what happened? Let's see this. So it's Shen, and he goes for the hit. I don't think Shen shifted there. I think Marchment did, and I think that's where you can make that hit. Shen toe picked? Are you sure? Okay. So he toe picked and moved up on him. I don't know, man. I know, listen, Stars fans, I know that you're probably not loving my take on that right now, but Marchment shifted his weight. Was a toe drag, right? Tried to get around him. Ottinger's getting a new glove. I don't think that I didn't feel like I feel like Shen was already planted in that position. I'd like to see it one more time. Sometimes when you see a knee on knee and it's a true knee on knee, they swivel their knee to the left or they hook both knees out or whatever. That felt like still principal point of contact is the body. And I think the ref made the right call. As much as if I were a Leaf fan and somebody did that to my guy, I'd be hitting the roof right now. I get it. I know how I must sound. Oh, we got super chats? Really? Oh, Hawks23, Adam. Wait, is Adam's favorite deke the toe drag? No, we're just seeing it a lot. A lot of toe drag. Sedin Magic 15 with Morrissey. That's not a player you can afford to lose. That's true. BL says that's his knee, even worse. You think Morrissey's knee? I thought it was his ankle. Nora RVT says, have you announced prizes for the bracket challenge yet? We have not. We got to get on that. Damn. Sorry about that. Jet Legends. Self-plug. I paid off $4,000 of my debt this week. Jet Legends. Well done. Good for you. Francois Labelle, Dadonov, ex-Hab. Coincidence? I think not. That's true. All these ex-Habs doing so great in this series. Man, you guys are so great with the super chat. I do not get the reference. It went right over my head. I don't get it. Toe foot. Oh, the gripper, the foot thing. Hey, guys, listen, you guys are all super clever. I'm calling the game and having chats with you, and I'm already not that clever. So imagine being distracted like ADHD and trying to pick up on your clever jokes. Not this guy. Toe drag. Is that my favorite one? You betcha. Especially the toe part. Granlund and CC offside again. They're just as thrilled as the last time they were offside. Abel Star says, calling the game? Listen, I call the game a little. We chat a little. This is Streams the Adam Wylde way. This is how we do it in Gripper Nation. By the way, shots are 11-4 for the Jets this period. Do you think that Scott Arniel had some stuff to say after that first? Sure feels that way. Niederreiter dumps the puck in. Adam Lowry, the captain, in. Puck goes by him. Hintz dumps. Pionk up. Oh! Wow! Granlund almost had one there. The camera, I don't even know what happened. The camera on my feed didn't even get there on time. So all I saw was the Dallas defenseman keep it in, and then all of a sudden Granlund was getting his second whack at it. We hadn't seen it. Whoa! Nice shot there by, I think that was Tyler Seguin. Oh, Seguin and Ben looking dangerous right now. 2 minutes to go in the second period. Stars pouring it on. Esa Lindell collects for the Stars. Both sides changing. Always tough to change in the second period. You always got to go to that far bench. Sandberg, great pass. Scheifele to Connor. Oh, and a great save by Jake Ottinger. Connor tries to move the puck in. By the way, watching Kyle Connor play hockey, it's so crazy that Team USA scratched him for the Four Nations final. That's bonkers. Won't do that again, methinks. 1:24 left in the second period. 1:17 left. Sam Steele, already a goal in this game, creating more issues. That shot was blocked by Nemestikov. Jets get it. Kyle Connor is calling for it. Nobody can find him. And he's kind of pissed about that. You can see that. He had a great opportunity there to get away, and they just didn't raise their head. You got to look up, kids. Stop puck watching. Look where you're going to pass it. Here comes Nemestikov shooting the puck in. 50 seconds to go in the second period. Jets on the retrieval. Dallas gets there first. Ehlers. Oh! Rantanen trips at the red line. Oh, Morgan Barron's not going to like that. I don't know if that was offside. Wow. Yeah, so Granlund just had a bunch of swipes at it. Yeah, because I don't think the announcers saw it either. Scheifele, look at this. Oh, what a pass, what a play, what a save. Kyle Connor shot, Jake Ottinger saved, Team USA teammates. Netfront President says, keep your head up, but I'm tired, Grandpa. That's too damn bad. 34 seconds left to go in the second period. Oh, big hit on the boards there. Pionk. Rantanen gets the puck. Oh, no, that's Granlund. Rantanen won the puck battle. Granlund with a shot. This is the scoring line for the Dallas Stars. They've been getting it done all playoffs. Duchesne line, not so much, which is surprising. Morgan Barron, nice play at the blue line, skates the puck out. There is 5 seconds to go in this second period, guys. And it's an icing. Oh, they should have let that go. Sometimes, here's the thing, man. Sometimes NHL linesmen, they'll let you get within a stride or two of the red line, and then they won't call icing, even though it is. Oh, man. That Rupe Hintz tip was closer than I thought. Not this time. This time, they're going to make you work for it. Yanni Havisto says, I smell an OT coming tonight. Yanni, you think so, huh? Well, it's Saturday night. I got nowhere to be. Northern Noise says it should have been Avalanche and the Jets. Well, I guess that's on the Avs to get good at hockey. Oh, nice shot there. Jiayu Wang, Adam, 789 likes now. Do you hear the bare feet steps? I do. We'll see. Michael Saunders, I've only been to 3 concerts in my life. Aquabats, Streetlight Manifesto, and early Katy Perry and Lupe Fiasco. Which one do you choose? I would love to see early career Katy Perry and Lupe Fiasco. Katy Perry used to put on like crazy shows, like good shows. And I heard Lupe Fiasco was excellent as he was coming up. Whatever happened to that guy? Had those big hits in the early 2010s and just disappeared. Sports Talk Chud says, next goal wins. Rory says, Adam, are you taking shots at McKinnon, Makar? No. I'm taking shots at their supporting cast. Nathan McKinnon scored 7 goals in 7 games in the first round. I don't know what else you need. Just saying. Yeah, Hayden said, well, what you need is Mikko Rantanen. True. But don't worry, Joe Sakic will absolutely defend it. Great move, Joe. Excellent job. By the way, we have talked about this on the podcast, but I do think it's likely the Avs and Stars play each other over the course of that Mikko Rantanen and, Nathan McKinnon deal. They probably play each other 3 or 4 times in the next 7-8 years. So that is going to be the new rivalry we didn't know we needed. Rantanen versus Makar McKinnon. Rantanen versus Sakic. They're going to see him over and over and over. They should have made sure before they traded him that he had a deal in place with the team they were trading him to. That's what you do. That way you can guarantee They didn't do that. What's that, Hayden? Sakic or Yzerman run my team. Who would I rather have, Sakic or Yzerman running my team? And I think it would be Sakic. Yzerman built, people forget this, Yzerman built, but then did not stick around for the Tampa Bay Cup runs. He built that team. But I would take Joe Sakic. Now, Joe did walk into a team with Nathan McKinnon on it, but I think he drafted Cale Makar. Got to give him credit. The Freak Show 777 says, for them to meet in the playoffs, that would require the Avs to make the playoffs, and their window is closed? I don't know about that. They are going to have increased competition from teams like the Ducks and San Jose within the next couple of years. But yeah, I don't know. That seems premature. Philip Coggin says Crosby gets traded to the Avs at the deadline next year. Repeat of Ray Bourque win one last cup. That would be pretty cool. Also, Lay It on the Line just played on TV, everybody. I just hope you know that. I know you haven't heard that song before. Lay It on the Line is what it's called. Have you ever considered laying it on the line? I have. By the way, Sportsnet Stats just tweeted this out. Career playoff points in an NHL Jets uniform. Hashtag NHL Jets. Kyle Connor, 49. Mark Scheifele, 49. Dale Hawerchuk, 49. So Scheifele and Connor could both pass Dale Hawerchuk tonight on the same night on the same line. That's pretty cool. That's pretty damn cool. Aretha Franklin. What exactly are we laying it on the line? It. It's in the lyrics. Duh. Lay it on the line. What are you, new here? Jacqueline K, can we change the song to Drag in the Line by Tommy James and the Shondells? I know that song, Jacqueline K. That was my mom's first record. Tommy James and the Shondells. Drag in the line, drag in the line. Stuart Sharp, Sid and Nate were so good in Sweden today. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have caught this. For the World Championships, this is why you should watch Team Canada. Crosby, McKinnon, and Celebrini on the first line. Outrageous. Hey, Hayden, what do we have in terms of clip? Oh, it's the last best of the OHL finals featuring two Leaf draft picks, Ben Danford and Easton Cowan. Check it out right now, and I'll see you at the beginning of the third period.
Oh, wow! The Ontario Hockey League season is done, but we are not. I'm Steve Dangle. This is the STPN YouTube channel, and welcome to another edition of Oh Wow, where we take a look at the best from around the OHL, usually over the past week. Instead, what we are going to be showing you is the best of the conference finals and of the finals. Up first, the London Knights in their conference final against the Kitchener Rangers. Watch them pull it right off the line.
There's a breakaway. Shoving out his Pridham shot. Trying to roll it. No. The officials say no. That didn't go over the line, but it looked like maybe it did from our vantage.
First lead of this hockey game. What a pass here. Stretch feed for Pridham. We've seen what he does on the breakaway before. And through and across. Oh my goodness. Just a matter of millimeters maybe.
Well, there was an official over top of the net.
Oh, wow. That was Winnipeg Jets prospect Jacob Julien. It looked like it might have gone in. The goal graphic even goes off. But in that moment, it would have become a 2-goal game had Julien not done that. Pulls it right off the line. Big play in a big moment in the playoffs. Jacob Julien. Oh, wow. Now, how about we go to the other conference final? The Oshawa Generals taking on the Barrie Colts. Let's stick with the theme of defenders making big saves. Simon Wang, the double pad stack.
Loose puck down low to Wakely. In front, Romani. Backhand pass, side of the net. Somehow that stays out. Simon Wang who saved the day.
Oh, wow! That is just desperation. No style points, form, none of that. Get in front of the puck. If you don't know about Simon Wang, you should. He only signed with the Oshawa Generals this past December, this season. He was previously with the King Rebellion of the OJHL. He's only 17. He's not going to turn 18 until July, and he is listed at 6'6", 215 pounds. Simon Wang, remember the name. Oh, wow. Returning to the London Kitchener series, holy smokes, another save, but this time by an actual goalie, Jackson Parsons of the Kitchener Rangers.
Look out, it's a 2-on-0. All alone, here's Nickel. William Nickel, shot, save. Allen shot, what a save by Parsons!
In this hockey game with 1:47 to go now in the second period, Nickel, after taking a hard hit, comes back with this nice move, but then a fantastic save, even better save from the Rangers. Netminder Jackson Parsons the second time around.
Oh, wow! The first save was pretty good. The second save is bananas. I mean, that's a point-blank 2-on-0. But Jackson Parsons turns that 2-on-0 from an oh no to an oh wow. And sticking with the Kitchener Rangers, you're gonna need to watch this one more than once. Luke Ellenis.
A year ago in 13 games.
Arquette looking for Ellenis!
Tonight's opening scoring, it's Luke Ellenis, who's been red hot coming out of last series, and he scores a very important goal right there. Gets it by Elliott, and the Rangers with speed gain the zone, find some open ice to work with.
Yeah, right? You don't even know what to say, oh wow, you're not even sure what you just saw. Show it again. Watch how Ellenis receives this pass. Receives it between the legs, pulls it perfectly in front of him, and buries it? That is preposterous from Luke Ellenis. Oh, wow, times 1,000. Obviously, the London Knights would defeat the Kitchener Rangers, but the Rangers did not go down without a fight. The Barrie Colts didn't go down without a fight either against the Oshawa Generals. That was very hard fought. But at the end of the day, the power, the skill of the Generals was too overwhelming. Here's Beckett Seneca on the breakaway.
Dropped it back, but that doesn't connect with Beaudoin. Now it's Beckett Seneca on the breakaway. Seneca trying to go around, and he scores! Beckett Seneca completes the hat trick as it's now a 5-0 game.
Get an opportunity here. Great headman pass to Seneca. Watch this move. Just outweights Hillebrand. Sinovori with a pass, and watch Seneca just move this to the backhand.
Yeah, I know, right? And I probably should have mentioned that for the third overall pick, that was his third of the game. Around these parts, they call that a hat trick. Beckett Seneca, oh wow. And now we head to the OHL Finals, a rematch between the London Knights and the Oshawa Generals. Leafs prospect Easton Cowan was special in these playoffs. Watch what he does here in Game 3.
And that does it for the power play. 2 shots on it for the London Knights as Cowan dipsy doodles in, passes up. Oh, what a shot from Kasper Halttunen off the feed from Cowan.
And Cowan, no fear, right through the middle, carries it through the traffic. A spin move to set up Kasper Halttunen, whose stick explodes as he puts this puck past Jacob Oster right into the top corner. A missile of a shot for Halttunen, who's been all over in this game. Plenty of chances, but what a move by Easton Cowan.
I've seen a spinorama before, but 2? Easton Cowan does like a pirouette and another spin before handing it off to Kasper Halttunen, who rifles the thing. Oh, you hear the volume drop in Oshawa. That's a deflating goal. Kasper Halttunen, Easton Cowan. Oh, wow. And speaking of Kasper Halttunen, he was not done there, and he continued in Game 4. Watch this from the San Jose Sharks prospect.
Back at Seneca. As on the ball. Here's Rim into the board's hard. Out in front. Hoffman scores. He's done it again.
Michigan on the previous shift, and now he's going to get his back-to-back hat tricks as Beckett Seneca finishes a hit on Sam Dickinson. The Knights go the other way. Danford with a big hit, but that leaves Kasper Halttunen to pick up this puck. and he brings it right to the backhand. There's not a ton on this backhand, but it's back across the green. Isaac Gravel sliding the other way, can't track it with the glove.
Oh, wow, is the future ever teal? That's just such a nasty move from the London Knights, and after dropping game 1 of this series, they just seem to get stronger and stronger. It was scary. Oh, I should also mention that was Haltonen's second straight hat trick. Goofy good. Game 5, Oshawa would not go quietly. Friend of the show, Jacob Oster, he was a guest on the Steve Dangle podcast. Watch this save.
Here goes Cowan. Houston Cowan passes over. And keeps it out. With the series on the line.
Andrew Gibson's going to whip on this pass. No pressure. And then Nickel tries to go to the backhand. Oster keeps it out. It's a great pass by Easton Cowan. Nickel tries to go between the legs. The second effort of Oster as he's sliding one way. Stands his ground, and it's actually under the skate.
Oh, wow, from Ozzy. Spectacular save from a spectacular goalie in Jacob Oster to keep Oshawa in it. And our final highlight actually begins with another Oster save, but the London Knights would not be denied. Landon Sim cleans it up.
Down it goes. Here goes Montgomery. Wins the race. Montgomery! That's what they score! Landon Sim puts it home.
This is all about the speed of Blake Montgomery. There's that high flip that we talked about, Victor. Blake Montgomery's going to skate onto it. Oster makes the first save, but can't make the second one on Landon Sim, who follows this up and bats it out of the air. What an unbelievable save by Jacob Oster, and an even better hand-eye coordination finish by Landon Sim to provide the insurance marker for the London Knights. What a
Landon Sim with an absolutely ridiculous stat line in these playoffs, by the way. In 17 games, just 3 assists, 12 goals. Sim has recently signed a contract, an American Hockey League contract, with the Toronto Marlies. So Marlies fans, keep an eye out for Sim. Easton Cowan would bury an empty netter in what will be his final game with the London Knights. And the London Knights are your 2025 OHL champions. What did you think? Let me know what you thought about the OHL playoffs, the London Knights, the Oshawa Generals, anybody. Let me know what you thought about this season of Oh Wow. Obviously, it wasn't a full season of videos. We picked it up partway through, but we got big plans for next season, and we got big plans for the draft. Steve, you're late to the party. You already missed the OHL draft. No. My friends, I am talking about the NHL draft. I got to give a huge shout out to the Ontario Hockey League for being forward thinking and taking an interesting chance on SDPN and these videos. It's really cool to be able to show audiences on our platforms the best that the OHL has to offer. Why keep it a secret, right? It's a fantastic league with fantastic plays, enough to make you say, oh wow. So, my friends, that is it for this season of Oh Wow. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like Oh Wow videos. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. We'll see you next season and at the draft.
Hello, everybody. All right. Guys, I'm not going to lie to you. The playoffs have got your boy a little tired. Haven't slept much. Been working a lot. Love every second of it. And thrilled that you're here. Thrilled that you're here. Just pooped. You know? Just pooped. And you know, the great thing is that I can be relaxed right now with you. And when that third period starts, I know what's going to hit. It's that anxiety of like, what's going to happen. By the way, I tried to find out in the intermission if there was any official word on Josh Morrissey, and there isn't. You could tell from his swearing that it certainly feels like he knows there's something serious. But yeah, that's a bummer. Willie says, let's go Jets. And hello, Adam. Hello, Willie. Francois Labelle. Celebrini's mother wasn't yet pregnant when Crosby was drafted. Celebrini, born June 13th, 2006. Crosby drafted July 30th, 2005, more than 10 months. Well, Francois, I'm so glad you figured out when they were doing it. Man, that's cool. Now, I know there's some people in the chat who are like, we get this to 1,000 likes. We get grippers because this is Gripper Nation and them's the rules. I don't know if you can do it, though. I don't know if you guys are up for the challenge. I know we got up to about 1,500 people watching in the second period. Canadian Girl 83, is there any word on Matthew Nyes? There is no word on Matthew Nyes. Not as of yet. I couldn't tell if it was a wrist or a hand or a shoulder or what. But he was hurt, but he kept playing. So... kind of nuts too in the intermission. A ship from Mexico, a Navy ship, crashed into the Brooklyn Bridge. It was one of those tall ships, with the big masts and stuff. And they had it all lit up. It looked beautiful, and it just slammed into the Brooklyn Bridge. And it's kind of unbelievable to watch, like a crazy sort of viral video. I'm assuming that the operator didn't think that the ship was tall enough to not get by the Brooklyn Bridge and probably didn't have clearance. So that's not great. You guys ready for the third? Been a pretty even game. Jets have really out-hit the Stars, though. They're showing that right now. 45-19. Shot attempts, 45-36. Our good friends, the Winnipeg Jets, are doing a good job. So there's Morrissey. Yeah. This Morrissey, they're just replaying what happened to Morrissey, and he knows there's something. He grabs his knee immediately. Yeah. Oh, God. And he's pissed. That's the thing with a knee injury like that. You can feel, apparently, anyway, my wife had an ACL and a PCL, and you can feel the pop, and there is pain, but you also can sort of walk. It's a bizarre thing. I don't know if you guys anybody in the chat's ever had one of those, but it's crazy. Francois Labelle, I'm going to dislike if we get close. I don't want to see. Francois, that's the joy of Gripper Nation, my friend. Although, I don't know. I don't think you guys got it tonight. I don't think so. Game has started back. 1940 left. Dallas already all over Winnipeg. Rantanen line out there. Who else? Appleton chips the puck in. Tanev. Lowry. Appleton's got it behind the net. There's Tanev, who we did not see a lot in the second period. But those guys, when they're out there, they skate, man. They skate. Genosis says, don't make me create 100 fake YouTube accounts. You couldn't. You simply couldn't. You simply wouldn't. See, that's the thing with all you guys, is that you only got one like. You only get one. Oh, here we go. Rantanen almost had what he had. He had Hellebuck beat. I don't know how he missed that. That's a surefire goal. Oh, puck at the line. Almost dropped out by Lindell, but he's able to keep it in. Winnipeg able to break out. Mark Scheifele across the blue line. Puck over. Wow, that was close. I want to see a replay of that Rantanen play. I cannot believe. 18:28 left in the third. Denise Campbell, torn meniscus in both knees. Not fun. Oh, that's horrible. Oh, DeMello gets the puck stripped. Dodonov, who's just had a great game tonight. He's getting the ice time to match, too. Iafallo able to skate the puck out, but he's going to get it to center, and then they're going to change. Winnipeg under fire early in this first period. 18 minutes to go in the third. Steele already has a goal in this game. Misfires on that. Heiskanen gets it back to Steele. Harley at the point. Steele shoots off a leg to the side. Iafallo. Is that Iafallo? That is not Iafallo. Nemesnikov, he tried to hit Nemesnikov with a play. I thought that bounced off Nemesnikov's stick, but it must have jumped over it. Okay, how does this not go in? Rantanen. Oh, it's a great save by Hellebuck is how it didn't go in. Look, had him beat, but Hellebuck stretches that leg out. Wow. What a save. Right with the toe. Everything he had. You could say he laid it on the line. Harley with a great move. Back to Granlund. Over to Harley. Oh, and that puck is broken up by the Jets. Would have been a great play. Pionk all over Harley. Harley dekes him out. Harley, puck. Ehlers kind of moved the puck out. Harley tried to pass it off him. 17-14 left in the third period. Jets get it out. It's going to be another icing here. Oh, no, it was touched. I thought it was. Morgan Barron. Fourth line for the Jets out here. They've been effective tonight. Oh, here comes Perfetti. We've got Morgan Barron. He gets stopped up by the Dallas Smothers, and Morgan Barron somehow gets the puck. Shot to the point. Ottinger with a save. DeMello at the line. Sandberg with another shot. Morgan Barron behind the net gets the puck. Back again to the point. DeMello. Oh! Barron's got to... Oh! Man, none of those pucks get through. How did none of those pucks get through? That is some stingy defense by the Dallas Stars. Duchesne's got it. Cross ice. Hits his target. Great save by Hellebuck on Duchesne. Duchesne's getting another shot, and that shot is blocked. Lindell at the point. Lindell tried to get it into Seguin, who tried to tip it, and it does not go in. Seguin might have just intercepted another play there. Jets cannot get this puck out. Lindell, deep. Gloved by Connor Hellebuck. Wow. Man, how did... Okay, so Andre made a great save there. Look at that. Perfetti just couldn't get that hole. And look at that. Duchesne cannot buy a goal. Great save by Connor Hellebuck. Oh, man. Duchesne, can't buy one. Can't buy one. Okay, here we go. 15:45. Here we go. Boom. People asking why we can have a clock for the Leaf streams and why we can't for the Jets, because it requires an extra computer to do, and we don't have that for young Mr. Producer Hayden. So you're just going to have to deal with me shouting out the times. We'll figure out a solve for that for next season, I think. We got to figure that out. Oh, Jets are offside. Play continues. Oh, Bischel. Fans on that puck. Jets give it right back to the Stars. Granlund, Marchment. And I think it's Dadonov who's out there. No, it's Johnson. Excuse me. Harley at the line. Heiskanen. Look at that maneuverability. Boy, I'm sure the Stars are happy to have him back. Piont breaks that up. Adam Lowry. Mason Appleton. Cross the blue line. Mason Appleton drops it for Pionk. Pionk tries to get a shot off. Hits a leg. Gets out. 14:37 left in the third. I'll give you another clap. Come face-off time. Almost 1,500 people hanging out here. Adam Wylde with you, with producer Hayden and Robert Malloy on the chat. SDPN YouTube channel. We are going to be with you all playoffs long. If this series goes to 7, we'll be back here on Monday. Steve Dangle, watch along tomorrow. Jets out front. Not able to get anything going, but that's not the guy, if you're Dallas, you want in front of the net with the puck alone. That would be Kyle Connor. Good at scoring goals. Not sure if you got the memo on that. We are less than 50 likes away from 1,000. I don't think you guys can do it, though. I don't know. Aretha Franklin, click like if you freaky. We'll see. We'll see if you get there. You got time, but I don't know if you got the numbers. Ehlers. Brings the puck along. Nemesnikov now has the puck. Dallas doing a great job again of turning away everything from the Winnipeg Jets. Ehlers skates the puck across the red line, across the blue line, and drops it, and that's not a great play. Matt Duchene is going to get that puck. Sandberg kicks it back out, but he's not able to get it out of the zone. Not a great play by Ehlers. That's not what you want. Pionk in his skates, fighting off two Dallas Stars players. And here's the thing. Those Stars players are Ben and Rantanen. There's a lot of size. Puck goes out off of Iafallo. And we're going to get a face-off and a commercial break. Look at Tanev and Heiskanen bouncing into each other. And Tanev didn't like that. By the way, Brandon Tanev has so many more teeth than his brother. Oh, chat. Chat's going for grippers. They're not even watching the game anymore. Sedin Magic 15 says, it's better than not to have the clock, Adam. Give us the clap. Are we? Oh, get out of town. Did you guys do it? We're over 1,000 likes, Gripper Nation. It only took to the end of the second round, but we did it. We did it. Now, what does that mean? Well, you're going to have to stick around to the end of the chat and find out. You got to stick around right till the end of the game. Hayden, our producer, says, why is this my job? Lots of feet in the chat. Lots of feet in the chat. Oh, that's so funny. Well, I don't know, guys. Will I come through on my end, or do I hold the grippers back? See how far you can get with the likes. I don't know. I don't know. Hayden says, I thought you liked me, chat. Dontro says, wish smell-o-vision was real. Tyler Durden says, gripper time. Daniel says, grip it. Muted Kill says, give me the clap. Robert says, it's my 33rd birthday. Can I get a go Coyotes go? Yes, you can. Go Coyotes go. Jia Wang says, no, Adam. A promise is a promise. Hayden wants to know if somebody can check the AI chat summary and post it. We need to know what it says. We need to know what it says. Francois Lebel says Kyle Connor fraud. Scratched 4 Nations final. Just kidding. Yeah, he's not a fraud. He's pretty great. I think he was 3rd in goal scorers this year behind Nylander and Draisaitl. Can score goals. Good at it. Harley. Heiskanen. Tanev. Back on the ice after that Heiskanen hit, and he feels okay. Brother Modulus says, this is my first time in Adam's watch-along. LOL, Gripper Nation? Someone want to explain to Brother Modulus what Gripper Nation is and what we all stand for? Because we're all in this together. Chat summary. The chat, viewers in the chat are excited about gripping action and are requesting more grippers to be shown. Gripping action. Okay, AI. Justin Fisher, 1,000 likes for feet. I'm so disappointed in all of you. All right. Justin says, this was supposed to be my night off. Now Justin's here. I think he wants the grippers too. Todd Young, hey, wild man, go Leafs, go dog. I guess Steve is in bed right now, LOL. I don't know what Steve's doing. I hope Steve had an edible tonight and is just chilling out and watching this game. It's a good game to watch. 1-1, 12:05 left in the third period. Logan Stanley with the puck behind the net. Wyatt Johnson gives a little bit of chase here. Logan Stanley does not fleet of foot, but he's able to outrun Wyatt Johnson there. And Ceci turned over the puck, and honestly, had he been able to hit his target, that would have been a 3-on-1 for Dallas. Sneaky good play by Ceci there. Scheifele gets it down deep. 11:36 left in the third. Schenn. Scheifele. Cross the line. He's going to get another shot here. Scheifele! Oh! Just barely missed Perfetti. Dallas had him all tied up. Sandberg with a shot. Saved by Jake Ottinger. Mark Scheifele creating some much-needed offensive punch for the Jets tonight. He's already scored a goal. It's an emotional night. He lost his father last night, overnight. Still playing today. Talk about heart and soul. Look at him play here. Nobody can touch him. Perfetti just can't get a stick on it. And maybe he gets a piece of it, but it just tips wide. Great play. Steve Salen says it's going to be quadruple overtime. Yeah, we'll see. Hawks 23, if you could pick one bottom defenseman from each team to come to Toronto, who would it be and why? I'll be honest with you. I really like Toronto's defense over these guys, but I'll take Luke Shen and I'll take Ilya Lyubushkin. The all big daddy line. Just what do you do? You beef. That's what you do. 10:42 left in the third. Oh, apparently we got some super chats that I'm missing here. What? All right. Oh my God. Oh my God. Aqua Gamer Sean says the deserve to win meter heavily favors the Stars, 81% to 19%. Yeah, I've seen that before in games that the Leafs lost and they were favored. Fart, boo. Francois Lebel, by the way, though, the deserve to win meter is one of the greatest pieces of hockey marketing of all time. Money Puck is a genius for that. Francois Lebel, serious moment. Can grippers get you in trouble on YouTube? They cannot. They cannot. I mean, I'm sure they can get you in trouble. We're not the channel for that. Listen, I'm sure you can get plenty of trouble. For what? Mm-hmm. Oh. Okay. Well, I guess you can get demonetized if you do some bad stuff, but we're okay. Travis Shaw, I hope Steve is enjoying birds and wildlife. At night, harder to do. He can't see them. The man already has glasses. He can't see shit. Tanev in the corner. Lowry, Appleton. Shen with a puck that goes a little bit wide. This is a good little depth play. Lowry and Tanev. Shen at the blue line. These are all depth guys creating some offensive zone things. What they want to do here is create an offensive zone faceoff. That would be ideal. They got to get the puck to the net, and they got to get Ottinger to cover it. That's what you want. That's the perfect fourth line shift. Just create an offensive zone faceoff, and it doesn't look like they're going to do it as Sandberg mishandles the puck. Shen. Here comes Kyle Connor cutting across. Oh my God, what a play! What a save by Jake Ottinger! That was one of the best tic-tac-toe plays I've ever seen. And Jake mother effing Ottinger, I have goosebumps. That is unbelievable. How did he save that? Wow. I don't think Mason Appleton got a lot of that. And I think he put it too close to center. Wow. What a save. Yeah. Appleton had a tough angle on that. And I think he thought that was in. It was not a great shot. Not a great shot, but damn, dude. What a save. Jake Ottinger, my hair is standing. Well, listen, I got a lot of hair, but it's standing on my arms. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Pico Diamond dropping a super chat without a comment, but thank you, Pico Diamond. Appreciate you. That was nuts. Guys, we're seeing a crazy game tonight. Scheifele scoring that Appleton play. That was crazy. Oh, Jesse's in the chat. Jesse, the original creator of the 1,000 likes for grippers thing. I got to raise the amount of likes. Jesse says Otter didn't do anything. I know Appleton put it in the center of the net. Still, Otter had to kind of dive. Let's not take away from our man Jake Ottinger. Wow. This is a crazy game. I'm enjoying the hell out of this. 1,000 likes, huh? 1,000 flipping likes. Look at you guys. Listen. I'm going to make you wait. We'll see. We'll see if I come through. You'll have to wait and see. Jacqueline K, TV dive, LOL, as they say in baseball. Jesse, where's Adam's feet? Jesse, you should know. You must keep people waiting. Got to keep them in the stream. Canadian Girl 83, the entire SDPN team is hysterical. I went from cutting onions when 55 scored to crying laughing over this chat. Love the SDPN community. Yeah, you guys are all freaks. You're all freaks. All of you. Freaky. Rory, where's Adam Foote? He's in Vancouver. Pico Diamond, who will win tomorrow? Toronto or Florida? Toronto, go Leafs, go. Screw Paul Maurice. Great coach, but screw him. He'd probably be like, yeah, that's fair. I'm Paul Maurice. Willie the Kid Delaney says, this is going to be producer Hayden's Joker moment. LOL. True. This is the second time. Maybe. Scheifele to the point. Pionk to Scheifele. There's a big battle in front of the net right now. Shot goes over the net. Guys, how many times do I need to tell the Jets defense to keep those damn shots low? Keep the shots low. Paul L. Oh my God, Otter, you and I were literally wowing in stereo on that play. Yeah, that was nuts. That was crazy. 7:48 left in the third. Shots 21-16 Winnipeg. And they have had some great opportunities. What a beautiful tic-tac-toe. Mason Appleton is probably going to yell in the shower tonight. You know that when you're like, you think of the most frustrating moment of your life when you just happen to be in the shower and you go, ah! That's going to be him tonight. Daniel Allen says this is gripping commentary. Dadnoff, who's been dangerous all night. Ooh, bit of a sneaky shot there on Hellebuck. Hellebuck's got two big Dallas bodies in front of the net. Nemesnikov. Iafallo crosses the blue line. Ehlers. Nemesnikov in on Haskin, and he's going to go for a change here. Shen. Holding until Winnipeg gets set up. Puck is behind Appleton. Not ideal. Probably not an ideal matchup either with Mikko Rantanen out there. You probably, as big as Luke Shen is, the skating. Appleton out there. Tanev. Here comes Rantanen. Lowry and Tanev up against Mikko Rantanen. Can they handle him? We'll find out. Lowry gets the puck down. Appleton, who almost had that goal earlier, doesn't get the puck deep. Needs to. Tried to drop it for his defense. Not exactly the smartest play there, Mason Appleton. Neither is shooting at the goalie when you have an empty net, but I digress. Francois Lebel, super freak. Time check is 6:05 left in the third period. 21 shots, Winnipeg, 16 Dallas. Shooting opportunities or shooting attempts by the Dallas Stars far and away more than the Winnipeg Jets tonight. But the Jets are just holding down the fortress. Julian Nikolov, Adam should send a pic of his grippers to Hayden so we can put that on the screen. I don't know if we can do that. Carly Isaac says, delay of game Dallas. I don't know, Carly. Was that? Also, Alex wants to know, Jesse, how's Fraud Watch going? Is it Frottinger or Hellafraud? Net front presence, cat check. Anyone here got some cats to show off? Robert Zukis, does this count as a wildlife documentary? Oh my God. Listen, we got 1,700 people here tonight. I love that we have 1,700 people here tonight. Not everybody, though, is a regular member of Gripper Nation. And so if you're new, can everybody explain to the newer members of Gripper Nation, since you're here, you're a member, can you please explain to everybody what the Gripper Nation thing is? What's going to go down tonight? What could happen? We now have 1,100 likes. Boy, that's emphatic. Hawks23 says, hey, chat, take a walk on the wild side. That's one way. Apparently, I missed another super chat. All right, Hayden. Daniel Allen, with hindsight, how do you feel about picking the Caps over the Canes? I hope this isn't too boring, yawn. Oh, man. Listen, the Canes, super impressive. But honestly, who could have had a really good handle on the Canes after that series with New Jersey? Like, Jersey was missing some of their best players. I'm sorry. Nobody really knew what the Carolina Hurricanes were after that series. In fact, you know what it does? It makes me more impressed with that New Jersey even held on for 5 games. Kyle Connor, because Caps didn't have any injuries. Connor. And it is tipped out. I know I missed another super chat in here. Hang on. There you are. I found you. Rusty Mitchell. It's hold the fort, not hold down the fort. Forts tend to be very heavy things that do not float away. All right. You know what? I'm going to say, just for that, Rusty, I'm saying hold down the fort the rest of the game. How about that? What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about that, Rusty? Not much, I bet. Better like the chat. Otherwise, I don't know about those grippers. 1,737 people here. Guys, love having you here. 5 minutes and 40 seconds to go. We could have overtime tonight. I'm just going to say the OT word. Now, sometimes when I say the overtime word, weird things happen. And that's why I'm saying it now. I made a mistake in game 3 or 4. I can't even remember which one it was. Edmonton had just tied up the game with Vegas. Vegas dumped the puck in. There was 5 seconds to go. And we were about to go to overtime. And I said, it's pretty safe to say, with 5 seconds to go, we are going to overtime and with 0.4 on the clock. Riley Smith, undressed, deked the pants off of Stuart Skinner, tipped it off of Leon Draisaitl's stick, and in went the puck, and over went the game. When I thought we were going to OT. So we shall see what happens in these final 5 minutes. Oh, Dallas fans want a penalty there, and I can see why. Here comes Ivo. Oh, puck takes a crazy bounce. Francois Lebel hold down the fort in the island. That's right. Learning languages. Get a grip on the fort. That's what I should say. Oh, puck is free out front. Here comes Duchesne. Back to Ben. Ben shoots. Hits several bodies. Goes wide. Duchesne. Sagan. Marchment gets hit. Winnipeg pinned in their own zone. 4:36. Marchment. Oh. Iafallo is able to get it out. Get a change. 4:27 left to go, guys. Hamar says, what about Ford it on the line? It's a bit of an awkward turn of phrase. I'll give it a try. You got to hold the fort down on the line. 4:12. Boy, this game has been great. This game has been awesome. 4:06 left. Icing waved. Pionk. 2 Dallas Stars on him. They are forechecking hard. Here comes Nino Niederreiter. Morgan Barron driving. Where is that puck? Oh, man. I think that was like in the defenseman's equipment. Cole Perfetti was in the perfect position there. It just didn't land where he needed it to. Hockey is so much chaos and so much luck sometimes. Timing, placement, you just do what you can. Remember, it is just like a little rubber disc that skids around on ice. It's crazy. What a weird game when you think about it in that concept, isn't it? 3:15 left in the third. Oh, we got it wide open. Oh, boy. Jadonov almost had one there. Sam Steele out there. He scored already. He's the 1 goal scorer for Dallas. They needed depth scoring. Well, your 4th line center counts. Duchesne has not scored in this playoff. Kind of nuts. Rantanen rings the puck out to the point. Heiskanen is out there, along with Lyubushkin. Rantanen on the half boards. Tries to get it over to Heiskanen. Heiskanen gets the puck. Back to Rantanen. He's wide open. Shot! Save! Hellebuck does not have it. The Winnipeg Jets do, though. Mark Scheifele kicks it out to the point. Heiskanen is able to keep it in, but he throws it in the crowd. Again, goosebumps, getting them. I'm getting goosebumps, folks. Woo! Woo! Oh, I missed Justin Fisher's super chat. Okay. Justin Fisher says he'd like to. Sadine Magic, how many likes for all three of you to show your grippers on the pod on Monday? A lot. I don't think Jesse or Steve would do it. Paul L., I do enjoy a good grip. Justin Fisher, important question. What emoji should we add for VIPs next? Guys, if you have any suggestions for Justin, hit him up in the chat. Harley with a shot. There is a big-time battle happening in front of the net between Pionk and Ben. Jets across the line. Here comes Nemesnikov. Puts the puck by Harley. Is able to retrieve. Ehlers keeps the puck in off his body. All three Jets forwards behind the net. Digging. Less than 2 minutes to go. Here comes Duchesne. Boy, he'd like a goal. Said he would have taken one off the teeth if that's what it would take to get a goal in these playoffs. That's got to be frustrating. Hayden Fleury holding Marchment. Ehlers on the ground, getting back up. Adam Lowry tried to get it out. Dallas defense able to keep it in. Wyatt Johnson along the half board with Mason. Should have scored that goal. Appleton. Dylan DeMello. This series can't be over. It's too good. Tanev. Appleton. Back to the point. Shot. Oh, and that puck is blocked. Sandberg with a monster shot, 93 miles an hour. Woo! DeMello. Behind the net. 1:04 left in the third period. Esa Lindell brings the puck in. Oh! And that puck is a bouncer, but Connor Hellebuck somehow gets a piece of it, and it goes to the corner. Sandberg, now out there for a pretty long shift, was not able to change after that big slapper. Dallas might be able to take advantage. 1 minute left. Heiskanen, shot. It's blocked. Here comes Mark Scheifele. 3-on-3. He's got Connor. He's got, I don't know who that is. Velarde. Velarde tried to get the puck. There's 30 seconds left. Here comes Mark Scheifele with the puck to the point. Sandberg keeps it in. He's still out there. Scheifele. Remember, the Jets are playing a defenseman down after the Morrissey injury. Oh! Scheifele takes a penalty after giving the puck up to Sam Steele, and it will not be a penalty shot. It will be a shorthanded opportunity. A power play for the Dallas Stars for the final 15-ish seconds of the third. Folks, I think we're going to overtime. Francois Lebel, beef. I concur. Oh, man. Rupe Hintz just barely missed. Scheifele does the right thing here. Take him down. Who cares? Hayden says if the ref had balls, he would have called that a penalty shot. By the way, Sam Steele scored a goal. Mark Scheifele scored a goal. These two are the goal scorers tonight. Scheifele did the right thing. The fact that the ref did not call that is insane. He was away. He was gone. That was crazy. Pete DeBoer's probably pissed. Doesn't want to put his Game 7 record on the line. Wants this game over with. It's going to come down to, and he's just called a timeout so everybody can catch their breath, it's going to come down to the Jets PK. You know Dallas has got one of the most formidable power plays in the league. If the Jets can kill this, we will be 2 minutes into overtime, and they will have the momentum. Sam Steele still shaking his head. I can't say I blame him. I think you have to call that, guys. And if you're a Jets fan, take it. You got away with one. If you're a Dallas Stars fan, shake it off. It is the first penalty of the game for the Winnipeg Jets, by the way. Hasn't been an overly aggressive game as far as physicality. That's probably why. Shot blocked by Iafallo. Rantanen on the sideboard. Wyatt Johnson, and we got a hit towards the end, bit of a late hit, and then Lowry kind of pins Johnston. Okay, guys, so we are going overtime. Of course we are. We're going overtime. And if you're looking for those grippers, well, baby, you're going to have to stick around and see if it happens. Rantanen. Look at this save by Hellebuck. Oh, my God. I don't know how. That could have been the game right there, and this should have been the game. Mason Appleton with a bum shot, unfortunately. He was catching it while skating backwards. That's tough. OT. Because you know what? This game was so good, it deserves OT. It really did. It really does deserve OT. This is great. Beckstar78 says this is false grippertizing. I never promised you a time. I told you you'd have to wait for the end of the game. Game ain't over, kids. Game ain't over. Aretha Franklin, Helly coming up big with the grippers. Oh, I have to tell you, I'm pooped. That was an intense period. How many overtimes are we going to get, do you think? How many? I got seriously. We got one. A lot of people saying one. Memes.mp4 says 3. Matthew from Michigan says 3. Gianosis says 2 OT. Denise Campbell, we're rewatching a classic? I'm going to say it's going to be 2 overtimes. Hayden, I hope you weren't planning on a Saturday night. Robert, I hope you weren't planning on a Saturday night. We're going to be here a while. I think it's going to be a 2 OT. 2 OT game. Smoke 204 says Jets fan here. Dallas will win. Why do you say that? Come on now. Hammer says 5 OTs. Canadian Big Mech says that was the weakest call ever. Yeah, if the ref had balls, they would have called the right thing, but they didn't. And guess what? Nobody's going to hold them accountable anyway, so nothing matters, and the rules are all made up. Learning languages is welcome to STP VIP. Yeah! Consider joining STP VIP ad-free, where you get the Steve Dangle podcast an hour before everybody else every single time it's out, and you get it ad-free. Plus, you get the VIP episode, which is super fun every week. You join the community of VIP people who are just ask anybody that's got VIP. It's awesome. It's actually awesome. The comment section is incredible. And the topics are great too, because it's not hockey. It's everything else. And I love the takes. Oh, Denise Campbell says we are watching a classic and 2 overtimes. Hall of Polls card says, Justin, we need a future is teal emote. That's interesting. Hayden, what length is our clip, my friend? That's it? That's not good enough. We need more than that. Okay, tell him that we need another one. Adam Wylde, will you be co-streaming the final if the Leafs make the finals? No, that will be Steve. Because really on these streams, like I can join Steve for an intermission or whatever. But really on these streams, you only really need one person. And you need, the thing is when you're working in tandem with somebody else, you got to be listening to them and watching the screen and whatever. Why get in the way of a good thing? Steve's doing a great job. Genosis says Adam is right. VIP shows are amazing. Vehicle says, please, Winnipeg, tie it for Edmonton's sake. Brock Besser, Adam streams greater than Steve streams. Well, I don't think that's true, but I appreciate the sentiment. I think I think that you can't. There's the thing. The thing about my streams is I don't have skin in the game on these ones, right? I am watching these teams as a outside observer who just loves to watch hockey, right? You guys are usually the fans more than I am. Steve streams are a tortured adult who's in pain watching his team year after year after year. So it's not just that the Leafs are playing. It's not just that they've had a bunch of not just failures, spectacular failures. You're also watching a man emotionally melt down. And how could somebody be a co-host to that? Noah Witherspoon says, Columbus Blue Jackets fan here. Trade Elvis Merzlikins at 50% and retain a first for Gibson and call Jet Greaves up. Noah, I think Elvis is going to have to play his way out of Columbus. And what I mean by that is he has not played well enough during this contract to get traded. So, yeah. Okay, what do we got, Hayden? Oh, speaking of best of Steve Dangle from Game 6, it was a nail biter. It was as close as a game can be. The Leafs ultimately won. Watch the greatest hits of Steve Dangle from Game 6. A little preview for tomorrow night on the SDPN YouTube channel with Steve Dangle at 7:30 when the Leafs take on the Panthers for Game 7.
There have been 110 players in NHL history to score 400 career NHL goals in the regular season, and Austin Matthews is one of them. He is the only one of those 110 players to never score a goal after the first round. The only one. Drew wants first goal scorer, Austin Matthews. And do you need one for the Panthers, or they won't get one? Joseph Woll, he's unreal. Matthews has his stick held. They're not going to call that. Marner stapled to the boards by Ekblad. Matthews, good job holding the zone. His shot is blocked, and we get a whistle. AJ Greer is down. Is this going to be a Leafs penalty kill early? Benoit going to the box. Horrible. You're in the offensive zone. Top line is out there. They're actually doing their thing. That started as a really good shift. And as the team's sixth defenseman, you take that call a little over 5 minutes into the game. Benny, can't happen. Can't happen, Benny. Thank you. My wife brought the Hawkins cheesies. Thank you, my wife. Mrs. Dangle. Mrs. Dangle. Oh. The Leafs' third pair has taken 2 penalties in the first 9.5 minutes. Can't happen. Can't happen. Oliver Ekman-Larsson trip for Hagee. Oh, thank you, Drew. I never thought this would happen on YouTube, on this channel, without us getting demonetized. But here I am, sitting next to a booby. There's a booby right here on screen. Everyone, check out this magnificent booby. This booby is rather plump. Wouldn't you agree? This is a blue-footed booby. Oh, they're passing. Oh, Benoit lays out Marchand. Turnover. Puck is now in the neutral zone. Nice hit from Benoit. No one's going after it. An ice service is 200 feet, boys. Willie, again. Oh, my God. Get it out. Nosek. Riley clears it. Willie finally gets it to center ice, for God's sake. McMahon, Matthews laboring, really selling something. Did he go to the bench? He did. That's the Leafs' best player and captain getting high-sticked, and now he's going down the tunnel. No call, no nothing. Can't happen. Bad job by the officials. Horrible. Horrible non-call. Can't happen. Can't happen. Sub-NHL officiating. Here come the Panthers. They're going to score while Matthews is down the tunnel. You watch. Whatever you're here to do, just click like. It takes a second. It's free, and it helps us out a lot. Oh, what happened? Oh, is this a high stick on Matthews? Is this a high stick on Matthews? Worst league in sports. Best sport, worst league. You're trash. You couldn't miss that one too? You couldn't miss that one too. All right. It was a high stick, but makeup calls are a myth until they're not. Garbage. Garbage. Horrible league. Captain almost gets his eye taken out, and then he gets a high stick. Absolutely awful. Absolutely awful. Forsling with it behind his net. Maybe a turnover. Marner to Matthews. Matthews snipes it! Austin! 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 Makes it 1-0 Toronto! Get the monkey off your back! Get the snake off your back! Get the demons out of your head! Austin Matthews is on the board in the second round. Come on, Florida, USA, USA, USA. That guy was on Team USA. Let's go. USA, USA. Let's hear it. Let's hear it for your boy. Come on. Why is y'all so quiet now? USA, USA, USA. Lindell on. Marchand tips it. It's wide. Oh, Benoit up the ice. Benoit looking like Nicholas Lidstrom to Tavares. Benoit driving the net. Tavares shoots. Blockered away. Another shot. That one's blocked. Domi with a move. Domi shoots. Stopped by Bob. And Bob is drilled by Sam Bennett. And Domi looks hurt. McMahon. He has Pacioretty with him. Pacioretty scores! Yes! 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 2-0 Leafs lead. Bobby McMahon lasers from his eyes to noted Alan Walsh client Max Pacioretty. The legend grows. And with 5:43 to go in the third, the Leafs take a 2-0 lead. And guess where he's from? USA! 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 Come on! That's your boy! That's your boy! That's your boy! He plays for Team USA! Let's go! That's your boy! USA! 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 2 Americans put the Leafs up 2-0. There's your boy! Woo! Verhaeghe to the point. Jones blocked. Verhaeghe stopped by Wall. Cleared. 35 seconds to go. On. Blocked by Matthews. 30 seconds to go. Barkov. Wide. Verhaeghe in front. Cleared wide. 25 seconds to go. Marner airmails it out of the zone. Holmberg after it. 15 seconds to go. Center for Tkachuk. 10 seconds to go. They clear it. 5 seconds. And with a 2-0 win, the Leafs force Game 7. And Matthew Tkachuk starts throwing punches. Of course he does. Marchand, why I oughta. Oh, Jones with a little paw. Matthews. Finally, with his first second round goal, which ends up being the game winner, the insurance marker from Max Pacioretty. Shutout, by the way, from Joseph Woll, St. Louis, Missouri. USA. USA, USA, USA. Let's get it going, everybody. Come on. Who's proud to be an American? Matthews, 3 shots, even though it said 4 earlier, and 4 hits, and the game-winning goal. Good Lord. Berube managed the hell out of this bench tonight. I'm just looking at it. Nye still played 22 minutes, 25 seconds. This guy is going to get the bag this summer. Like, clearly injured. You want to know something really funny? I'm looking at the wrong game. I saw 2-0 and I clicked it. It was the 2-0 Panthers game. I was like, wait a sec. The Panthers really outshot the Leafs. What the hell happened? You, Steve, you dumbass. You stupid idiot. And you know who will be in Game 7 in Toronto on Sunday? The friggin' Leafs, baby! Yes! That is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this stream. Please do. We're a hair under 11,000 likes. Click like if you like this stream. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. Sunday, 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 here on the SDPN YouTube channel, I'm going to be streaming Leafs, Panthers, Game 7.
Okay, kids, we are ready for overtime. I don't know where that came from. I just felt like saying it. I am ready, ready, ready. Hayden, can you put my my thing on mute because I just heard myself through your headphones because I'm loud. That's okay, buddy. I am so friggin' pumped. OT, let's go. I'm posting the link online. And I'm just gonna tell everybody to tweet this. Please tweet. All right. Let's go, baby. Scheifele in the box. Stars have poured it on early in the first and early in the third. Now they can do it. A man up. I think Dallas Stars fans are chanting, "We want the cup." I don't blame them. I also want the cup. I would imagine Jets fans want the cup too, but they're not there. If this game goes back to Winnipeg, kids, Rantanen with a great shot. Hellebuck with a better save. Good kill here so far. 19:05 left in overtime. This first overtime. Rantanen's got the puck. That's dangerous. Puck over. Shot. Rupe hits, misses the net. That's the second time tonight he's done that. He's also had a couple tips that just didn't quite get there. Cleared by Tanev and the Jets. Big super chat. Really? Oh, hey, Paul L. I have sweated so much during this game. My Thrashers logo is now my original Jets logo. It also identifies as a sweater. I need Scheifele winner off the penalty kill to start the waterworks. Win this game, and it's over. Thomas Harley scores with Scheifele in the box. The Dallas Stars in Game 6, 90 seconds into overtime, are going to play the Edmonton Oilers for a chance at the Stanley Cup. You almost felt like it was inevitable. You almost felt like, how could Dallas and Edmonton not meet? Adam Lowry goes to the box to give Mark Scheifele a big hug. Scheifele has had one of the roughest 24 hours any of us could imagine. Big hugs from all the guys. Scored the goal, had some great opportunities. The Jets were just not able to create enough. I know that I hate to bring it up, but that Mason Appleton missed open net really looms large over a game like this. It does sort of feel like we deserved a Game 7. It might mean, too, that we're looking at a start to a Western Conference final on Tuesday and an Eastern Conference final on Wednesday, regardless of who wins tomorrow between the Florida and Toronto teams. So Western Conference final, Dallas-Edmonton, likely to start Tuesday. Carolina Hurricanes versus either the Florida Panthers or the Toronto Maple Leafs. That will be Wednesday. That is a lot of emotion. And I have to give it to Mark Scheifele. That was one heck of a game, getting a big hug from Jamie Benn, who punched him in the face and got fined for it a game ago. But this is hockey. Sedin Magic 15. I liked Harley on Team Canada. I don't like him right now. You know, sometimes teams just feel inevitable. Winnipeg had a President's Trophy winning regular season. They push it to Game 6. They have some key injuries. Guys like Josh Morrissey. Scheifele's been injured this entire playoffs. And boy, it is really, really hard to watch this go this way. You wish this game had ended the way we all wanted it to, with Mark Scheifele scoring the goal and getting himself to Game 7. Big love given to him in the line by all the Dallas Stars players. Real classy. This is really, really hard. Paul L. Well, that was bad timing. Adam Lowry is an amazing captain for what he just did. Go Oilers, go Leafs. Francois Delbel dropping 5 STPN memberships from La Belle Provence. Oh. Dallas fans, just like Dallas players, so classy today. Over $20,000 donated by Dallas Stars fans today to the Jets Foundation, $55 at a time, in honor of Mark Scheifele and his father. Just a wonderful show of support by the opposing team's fans. A really nice gesture. Really, really great. And I'm sure he was touched by that. It's going to be an emotional week for him. It's always emotional when you get eliminated, but this in particular, and you saw that shot there of the handshake line and all the Jets sort of watching. Scheifele with a big hug for Pete DeBoer. Oh, no, that's not Pete DeBoer. That's Pete DeBoer. Burps McGurp says, I want Dallas to win the Cup because it would be amazingly impressive if Jesse managed to pick them to lose in 4 series in a row and was wrong every time. Well, I think now Jesse's got to pick for them to lose against the Oilers, right? Has to. And they are giving the Winnipeg Jets a round of applause, a standing ovation even, as they leave the ice. Real classy by the Dallas Stars fans. Very, very classy. Hawks 23. All I got to say is that I'm excited about Team USA's goalie tandem. As well you should be. That was a real goaltender's battle tonight. And unfortunately, it was a flubbed puck by Mark Scheifele at the end of the third period that led to him having to take down Sam Steele, which led to this power play, which led to that Thomas Harley goal. A big celebration, well-deserved, a hard-fought series. I'm bummed that I don't get to do another game of this series. I'm bummed. I loved this. This was a fun game to do. And Scheif's really feeling it. Being in the box when that happens, loneliest man on earth for a guy that's already feeling pretty rough. But credit to Stars fans and credit to Stars players and management. They gave him lots of love on the way out. So for Dallas, they now move on to having to play the Edmonton Oilers. You know, they say defense wins championships. Not in the West this year. It's offense wins championships. Offense wins championships in the West. Dallas Stars, overwhelming offense. Overwhelming offense. Edmonton Oilers, the 2 best offensive players in the world. In the world, guys. I just, I'm looking at the chat right now. It's just wild that that's the Western Conference we're going to get. I was hoping for all Canadian because I'm biased. But man, it's going to be a one of a kind Western Conference final here. One of a kind. Jake Ottinger, great series. Connor Hellebuyck, great series. 1,200 likes in the chat tonight. We got as high as, I think, 2,000 people watching at once, which is amazing. This was a game worth watching. Gripper Nation, you were unbelievable tonight. Robert Malloy, unbelievable tonight. Hayden Matheson, unbelievable tonight. And because we got to 1,000 likes, here it is.